a beautiful Saturday. A little bit cooler than what it normally is around this time of year. A little overcast, but my God, where are you people going? That's all I got to say. I know I sound like an old man, but it was like NASCAR out there on 385. When the pace car's out there and they're like going back and forth trying to switch, it was like that. It was a lot of fun getting here today. If this is the first time you've listened to the show, let me tell you what this show is about. We're not about politics. Don't need any of that. You get plenty of that during the week with our award-winning programming. But what you get here is you get, when you're in your cube and the boss is like on the other side of the building and you click on that thing that says the stars from Facts of Life. What do they look like now? And you click on that. That's what we talk about. We also talk about chupacabras. We talk about Sasquatches. We talk about Bigfoots or feets. We talk about the chupacabras. We talk about all kinds of things.
What about pixie glitter?
Yeah, but that gets a little. It goes into a realm that only exists across the way, which we'll talk about that in a minute. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. Please text Flaccid before you start your text. As many C's or Z's or S's as you want to. I don't care as long as it flusters Odie because English is his second language. Speaking of Odie, I will tell you where he is this week. But if you want to be a part of the show, you can tune in to we're live on Facebook. Hold on, see why you ruined it? Why you ruined the illusion? We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X at either the Upstate Pulse, also known as the Upstate Pulse, or 98.9 WORD. Now let me introduce you to the stars of the show, starting with he's fresh off a MomoCon and back this week. That would be the dulcet tones of Matthew Causey.
Oh my gosh, it's me. I'm here and I have things to show during the breaks. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Cannot wait to see that. Also with us is Cameron.
Don't do that to me. Don't you dare. You put that E in the middle of his name. He fought hard for that E. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Pappy.
It's not a big E, though. Also joining us from the peninsula, because he's not actually in the room running the board. He would not be that, would be OD.
There comes a time in every leprechaun's life when they feel the need to go to Ireland and then go to America, because that's where they ended up, was America.
They did?
I think so.
Okay.
Was this the end of the rainbow?
Well, somewhere. There's a crock of gold, and sure, Jesus, we can all have a bit.
A crock of gold?
Aye, sure.
Yes.
Look at.
What about an alligator of gold?
We don't talk about the alligators. They went with the snakes.
Ooh.
Old
right.
Paddy got rid of them all, like, you know.
St. Patrick's
you keep
one of my
interrupting
favorite
the
guys.
leprechaun, you're going to pay.
Yeah, you interrupt the leprechaun and we'll put a shalabuki onto you.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That sounds
we'll put the shalabuki on you.
kind of dark.
You wouldn't know until you've had the shalabuki.
All right. I don't know if you're speaking something that's you should be saying.
No. Shalabuki is registered in the FCC.
Is that like a Buki theater? Or?
It's a shalabuki.
Is it on the Irish FCC or whatever the equivalent
No,
of
it's
that
the
is?
American FCC.
Okay. All right.
They said shalabuki is okay.
All right. And also joining us for the first time since we switched to 98.9. So that means North Carolina, all the way up to Charlotte's going to hear this guy. That means all the way to Atlanta in Georgia is going to hear this guy. That means other parts of South Carolina that couldn't hear this guy before is going to hear him now. He is fabled. You have heard us talk about him. He's on the new posters, but you've never probably heard his voice if you're not a sports guy. His name is Rob Brown from The Rob Brown Show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, it's good to be here. Odie made a smart decision there, and he just had my microphone volume turned all the way down at the jump. Just
warned.
all the way down at the jump. Just
Yeah,
start it at below zero and work it back up.
I don't even
Smart
think
move.
I don't think you even needed the microphone.
I was pretty much just using yours at that point, I think.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's also the Pappy level, which is it's a pretty high level also. Not as high as the Rob Brown level.
I mean, it's again, it's a smart move.
So Rob Brown, nice to have you back on the show after 2 years.
Man, it's been a hiatus of sorts.
So what you been doing?
Just mucking about, living the dream, having every bit of fun that I can possibly have, and convincing people to pay me for it.
So do you have that Hermione thing? Because you have like 37 jobs, and I don't know how you work all those jobs.
You're talking about the plot hole in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No,
Got it.
where
Okay.
she twisted and she was able to do all that.
Yeah, the thing where she can literally travel in time to prevent things from happening in other times. So the plot hole that they completely forgot to close in that movie series, that one, yes,
Yeah,
I do
because
not have one of those.
They never use it again.
No, but they could have went all the way back, like really far back. She could have twisted it like 814 times, and then all of a sudden, no Voldemort.
Thank you.
Good luck. End of
Thank
story.
you.
Game
How
over.
that entire franchise, which I, for the record, still enjoy the same way I enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
There's dumb things all the time, and I just go, it's a dumb thing, and we're going to move on to the next fun thing instead, because I'd rather focus on the fun thing. The entire Harry Potter movie franchise is just full of plot holes large enough to drive a dump truck through, and we all pretend like they're not.
Are the books full of that?
The books are much, much better about it.
Okay, really quick, let's go to stream. Mark on the stream says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Flass. Alonzo, what do you think of TNA Women's Champion showing up on NXT? Also, AJ Styles should have worn a salmon colored suit like, I know it's salmon, a salmon colored suit like Mark Henry did when he faked his retirement. Absolutely, he should have. Which would have been, but AJ looked pretty good in that suit, and Cody should have seen it coming. And Jordan Gray scares me. All right, Chris says, Rob Brown, we meet again. The wall awaits you, and it doesn't, because he will never lose. I mean, it's
Never say never.
No, you may say never.
Cameron,
Rob Brown will never lose.
Cameron went a long time. He went years before he finally faced the wall.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying never. I'm just saying never, ever, ever. It's not happening. I'm too good at what I do.
All right, so it's going to
All
be
dynasties fall, Rob.
the only way that we're going to get him is going to be one of those weeks where there are multiple pay-per-views and PLEs, and so we have like 35 things to pick. That's the only way we're going to get him.
Get him with the numbers.
Rob's attitude gives me doesn't think about the Roman Empire on the regular vibes, and that's just I don't gel with that.
No, quite the opposite. I think about the Roman Empire unendingly, but I've learned from their mistakes.
Oh.
No one thinks about the Byzantines.
They don't.
A big Ottoman guy. The Ottomans were very impressive.
So-
Very impressive
I
empire
really like
builders.
the cataphract armor, but
cataphract. Okay.
yeah, the cataphracts.
Yes. Is it
Trample
like
the
the
crap
thing
out
that
of
happens to
people.
your eyes?
Yeah, you have to go to the optician, and he'll like stick something really big in your eye, and then he'll pull it out, and you go like, "You're fixed."
It's
Ta-da!
like a LASIK that they stick in your eye, right? A
That's-
LASIK. You
dude.
stick it in your eye.
We're live on air.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But anyway, so a lot of things to talk about today, including I watched a movie that was deadpanned and was told would be horrible because it didn't do so well in the theater. But I didn't think it was too bad. We
That's
also
my
have,
favorite insult of all time.
we have
I'm
an
sorry.
Oops,
That's
we have
not
Ask
that is
Cody, we
not
have
an
video
insult.
games. We're having Nerd Roundtable, all those kind of things. And yeah, cannot wait. Text line 71307. Go ahead.
On the text line, it says, "Oh, he sounds like a constipated Mrs. Doubtfire."
Do you?
I don't know if I do. I just, it just.
Can you
won't-
make that noise you did with the
Huh?
when he put the pie in his face? No, not that. Yeah, we know about that noise.
Hello.
There we go. All right.
All right, my dear.
I don't like hearing that in stereo.
Chris on the stream says insider information will only save you for so long. It is insider information because I don't know if you noticed on the Rob Brown show, which 6 to 10 Monday through Friday, you should check it out. We have many wrestlers on there, and they do give us inside info that we just do not pass along to everybody else. But I forget really quick, and Rob does not. He writes it down. That's the reason why I lose.
Our truth is a wealth of information.
Yes.
Actually, while Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show is here,
why are you looking at? Why don't you look at him?
No,
Yeah, that was a little off-putting. I'm not gonna lie, it really
no,
was.
because I
We're
haven't.
not going to talk about him.
No,
He's
no,
not
It's
actually-
almost like permission.
The direction is going to change. I'm just, getting onto the queuing up. Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show.
he did the
He did.
Head
I like
turn.
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
that was-
I
that
like
was
that.
very
That was a
good.
villain move, is
It
what it
was.
was.
That's
Yeah.
villainesque. Where did you come up with the name Rob Brown for the Rob Brown Show? I've always wanted to know.
For a very long time, I thought to myself, "Do you know what the world needs more of?
Go.
Me. It just needs more me."
What
Yeah.
the
And so I thought if I
world
call
needs
it the Rob Brown
now.
Show,
Rob,
not only is
Rob.
all of the merchandising already done,
Yeah.
but I can just make people think about me more, and they'll be better for it
Okay. And do you talk about yourself in the fourth person?
constantly. Rob
What-
Brown
what-
constantly
What
talks
is
about
the
Rob
fourth person?
Oh man, if you don't know,
I don't. My ego's not that big. I don't know.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you during the break. So,
All right, so we'll take a break. That was well done.
so I
When we
break
come
already?
back, when we come back, we're going to talk John
goes
Hughes movies, and I'm curious if Matthew even knows who John Hughes is, or Cameron for that matter. We're going to talk about that and some other things about it. It's going to lead into something. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Do you know the John Hughes?
I don't.
You do.
Yes, you do.
Don't
You do.
you
Don't
forget about
say
me.
anything.
You may not know that you do, but
You do. You do. Matthew may not know. I know you do.
I probably do, and I just don't know.
Will you stand?
He'll list one John Hughes movies, and then all the rest of them will fall in line.
All right. So,
You're going to ask the man who has a double major in media studies if he knows who John Hughes is.
wow.
You challenge
wow.
his media
wow.
studies.
Wow. Okay. Was that squaring up or bowing up? Was that squaring up or
Oh,
bowing
that
up?
was bowing up.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what I'm. Okay.
Squaring up
All
would
right.
be like right there.
We had some discussions about
close.
squaring up and bowing up earlier before we went on the
He got
stream.
he got to the line.
That was Matthewing up.
You definitely don't see that too often.
I mean, he came in all guns ready.
Wow,
to
I'm
blaze.
just I can't
Ready to
wait.
blaze.
Expert. Oh, check this dude out. Man, he's got all the gold. Look at his hair. Nice.
He's not an expert. He's not like my favorite director.
Okay. All right.
He's good.
We're going to be discussing something generational, as I had pointed out to Matthew earlier when he was in here.
Talking about my
'Cause
generation.
We have 3 generations
Talking about
represented
my
in this room.
generation.
You missed.
Dude looks like a
That's an
Louisiana pimp.
error. That's what they call an error.
Noob.
Error.
Error.
Oh, get up, dude. We all know you messed up. Don't give an excuse.
What team is that? North Carolina what?
Tar Heels.
University of North Carolina Tar Heels.
Why have they got baby blue on? That's a bit weird.
It's Carolina Blue.
It is
Okay.
literally Carolina Blue.
Yeah, but
Yes. If you look up Carolina Blue, it's that color.
it's not very intimidating.
No, it's not.
Okay. I do like baseball though.
Do you? LSU is the only team who can pull off purple. Any other team that has purple, they just look dumb.
I think Washington pulls off a good purple.
Don't you take away from my joke.
I got it, Dad.
Thank you, Cameron.
You're welcome.
He got it too.
He just wanted to break it down.
If I had a kitten right now,
Why don't you have that for this show? I don't think we really need it, do we?
no, we have too many voices. We don't
True.
need all that. And plus, dueling cart walls is our thing. That's our thing.
How do you do that?
That's fair.
How do you do it?
Because I know I can control the cart from here.
No, it's a program on a computer, which we would have
Ah.
trouble doing because of how things are fed.
Yeah, because we do the.
Well, no, we could do it. No, we couldn't. I don't know how we do it over there and we can't do it over here. It is a possibility.
So we could have hotkeys here and we could fight each other with.
We could, but I'd need another screen or I'd have to hook up my laptop.
Okay.
That's okay, Scott. And the thing is, nothing AI is a conspiracy. It's all true.
Unless AI writes it.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably not true.
What the world needs now.
I'm glad that's in your head now.
You're just.
I don't know what you mean. I got one of those.
I got one and I use it to sit.
I would like to say it's ample, but I don't know what that means.
Ample. Ample is quite enough.
Ample is that place where you plug in your guitar, right?
Yeah.
An ample.
Wouldn't do it there though.
I normally put apples on my fruit salad. That's right.
I think that's what normal people do. Is there actually fruit that grows in Ireland?
What kind of question is
I mean, I don't know.
Strawberries.
Strawberries. That's
Wexford strawberries.
okay.
Strawberries?
Strawberries.
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 We actually have
Strawberries.
bananas as well.
Nuh-uh.
We do.
Nuh-uh.
Bananas.
Nuh-uh. You ain't got no bananas.
Let's do some radio.
Yes, we have no bananas.
We have no bananas today.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here along with Matthew and Odie and Cameron and the Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show. Still amazed that he's here.
You're welcome.
It feels like I haven't seen him in forever. And so it's we're going to have to reminisce later because it's been years.
Are you going to walk through the park?
Not that kind of reminiscing.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Hurry, don't be late.
Yes.
I can hardly wait.
Oh, stop it.
I won't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just too beautiful for the people listening to be able to handle.
Hey, Pappy, who sings that song?
No,
LRB.
don't do that.
Who is it?
You fell for that again. He did that to you last week.
What?
Who is it, Pappy? Who sings it?
Little River Band?
Yeah, keep it that way.
No, see, that's what you say.
See,
You say Pappy does.
No. Seriously, though, Pappy.
Look, here's the thing.
He's going
just
to do the
setting
same thing to you that he did in the
Here's the thing,
follow-up
here's the
last
thing.
week, and you're
He's-
going to let him
He's
do it.
setting himself up as the heel because everybody loves me. Everybody loves my singing.
Yeah, but no, seriously, Pappy. No,
So you're
no,
the
no.
one bad critic
No,
in
I-
a sea of absolute wonderfulness.
I'm on an island. No man is an island. But seriously, Pappy, though. No,
but
no,
you
no,
are
no.
Peninsula.
Was it a hard song to sing? Because it was really hard to listen to.
All right,
Okay,
that's
he's the
it.
same thing he did last week. All right, Viper Dave says, no
I will
kidding.
hug you.
That's
Viper Dave says-
that's a bow up, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Viper,
I'm just
Viper
gonna
Dave,
accept it.
by the way, if you want to be a part of the show, text line 71307 or check us out
Ooh,
on the
Like you
stream
roused.
at either Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X at 989 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. Viper Dave on the stream says, no kidding. I always thought Rob Brown was your imaginary friend, so he is real. Yeah, he is. He's a real guy.
He is. He's a real boy.
And you can see him Monday through Friday on our brother station,
Brother.
The Fan, 6 to 10, and I'm also on that. All right, since Matthew came in and bowed up on me, it might be that Cameron is the only one who doesn't know who John Hughes is, but he does.
All
right. John Hughes movies were.
How about you unmute my mic?
Oh, wait a minute.
That wasn't a
That's
noob.
a
Yes, it
Newman.
is.
That is a Newman.
absolutely is a noob. That absolutely is a noob. Go ahead and get that ready. Yes, that's no different than him doing the news and you not turning it on.
Listen, for those of you that aren't watching the stream, and I don't even think you saw it over my shoulder. Matthew kicked down the door like his entrance music just played, and he was number 12 in the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
Just flies open.
I'm a Barbie girl was on full blast. I was locked in.
All right, wait a minute.
I was going to say run the jewels, but
we got to hear something. There it is.
No,
There
no.
it
Listen
is.
now. In my defense, I cannot see Matthew of the Causies because I'm not keeping the screen with all of the faces on it.
I don't know if you knew this. Matthew knows how to turn his mic on and off. So
I
you could
do.
just leave that up the entire time. You don't ever have to turn it off.
Okay, fine.
you're
And
just
here's the
so-
thing. Here's the thing. You leave it up and Matthew talks over a commercial.
Yeah.
Matthew gets noobed.
It's true. It's true.
That's how that works.
Tremendous.
Okay. All right. So John Hughes movies, Screen Rant ranked the top 10. And here's the
Ooh.
reason why I'm going to talk about this. What movie would you tell the next generation to watch? The movie they absolutely have to watch. Now, I believe there are several on this list, and we're going to get to this list. Text line 71307, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X at 989 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. What movie would you tell the next generation? So you have a kid. He just turned 13 or 14 because maybe you're into something that's a little more adult that you want him to see. Not that adult, Odie. And you want him to watch. And tell us what movie it would be.
First of all,
Back in your gutter.
Let's see. Mark Avery right away. Better Off Dead. Yes, one of my favorite movies of all time. Let's
Okay,
get
so
to the
now I
John
know.
Hughes thing.
no, first
We only
of
have so
all,
much time. All right.
loads of time. Why do you instantly think I'm going to say something like Debbie Does Dallas?
Because you
Do you
would.
know?
Because
you would.
Because you would. And you did. All right. This is Screen Rant's ranking, not necessarily mine. All right. Number 10, Weird Science.
Yes, I definitely would put that in 10 because I think it just makes it in there.
Well, for me, it's at number 2.
Okay.
Cameron, have you seen Weird Science?
Yes.
I know you
I
have.
have seen
Because
Weird
this is one of the
Science.
movies that I showed him when he got. Matthew, you seen Weird Science?
I don't think I've seen that one. No.
Okay. It has Anthony Michael Hall in it, Kelly LeBrock. They actually make a girl. It actually had Robert Downey Jr. in it. He was a heel.
Wasn't
Uh,
Bill Paxton in there too?
Yes, Bill Paxton,
Paxton
was
was in it.
the brother who
Brother.
yeah,
Brother.
was not very good. All right, number 9, they have Uncle Buck.
Oh, gotta be higher. Gotta be higher. Uncle Buck's a classic.
Never seen it.
I didn't,
Uncle Buck's incredible.
I didn't really care for Uncle Buck.
I
that
only
much.
saw it once.
Yeah. Number
Yeah.
8, Matthew, Uncle Buck.
Yes, I have seen that one.
Okay, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty all right.
Okay, that's I mean, it's
Pretty all
that's
right
pretty-
is the most ridiculous compliment I've ever heard in my
it's
life.
pretty all right. All
You're
right.
pretty average.
It wasn't a compliment though.
That's fair.
By the way, I see you on the stream. Keep them coming. What movie would you ask the next generation to watch? All right, number 8 rather is 16 Candles.
Never saw it. Never,
You've never
ever,
seen
never seen it.
16 Candles. Oh,
No.
you've got to see. Yes, Rob is holding up the panties right now. Yes.
Molly
Molly
Ringwald.
Ringwald, yes, and Anthony Michael Hall,
Should I hit the gong or
who
we're
is
not doing that?
Farmer Ted, I believe was his. Yes, and it also had John Cusack in it as a young, and his sister, who later on did a bunch of other movies and still doing
Also, if I
movies.
recall correctly, the movie that made Long Duck Dong famous.
Donger,
Donger.
listen to Grandpa.
He won't, you know.
She
He won't
gets-
stand for baloney.
That's the wrong one.
Wrong
That's
one?
from that was from Weird Science, but still.
Is that from
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They all kind of get mixed together.
Well,
for
they're all
me.
John Hughes movies.
I like
All
the
right.
enthusiasm, though.
Number 7, and a good impersonation, by the way. Number 7, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Was that him too?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, he wrote it.
Yeah. By the way, I would put Christmas Vacation ahead of the original Vacation. Just because of the squirrel. Because if
Ooh.
I had a rubber hose, I mean, there's just so many and Eddie. I mean, and the Christmas tree catching on fire, and she's a beaut, Clark.
It was an ugly tree
Full.
anyway.
Yeah. Number 6, Pretty in Pink.
Never saw
I'm
it.
probably.
Ooh.
I was going to say I'm probably the only one who saw that.
No,
Isn't
you're
she?
not.
Ducky.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right.
Never saw it.
Another Molly
It
Ringwald flick.
was, and Andrew McCarthy. A lot of these include the new Rat Pack or the Rat Pack.
No,
from the 80s.
the Brat
Brat
Pack.
Brat Pack. I apologize.
Come on, great one.
Thank you for correcting me. Number 5, Home Alone.
I wouldn't rate it that high. It's a
Buzz,
classic.
your girlfriend. Woof.
And like, I mean, they're bad guys. They walk
By the way,
into
I'm loving all the Better Off Dads. You guys are my people. I knew you were, and now I know you are for sure.
like the Family Guy version of Home Alone. That was just how it should have happened.
I haven't seen that. One
They're
Crazy
bad,
Summer
they're bad
also
guys.
very
They're
good.
armed. They
I
walk
was
into
about to
a
say
house
it's
and-
very short.
Odie
It's a
is the
lot
type of
short.
guy that watches Family Guy funny moments on YouTube. I believe that.
Oh, I watched them. I watched them off YouTube as well.
He probably beats up that chicken also. Number 4 is The Breakfast Club.
That's a fantastic movie.
It
Oh, yeah.
is. It's especially if you were that age, which I was. So
Little before my time, everybody wanted to be John Bender, right? Everybody wanted to be John Bender.
I
And
would-
again, Molly bleeping Ringwald.
and Ali Sheedy, who was
Ali Sheedy was a
little
smoke show.
crazy, and
Do you think
I was 2 of them at once. I was the nerd and the wrestler.
I was a jock and the nerd.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to go with Ali Sheedy in Breakfast Club was probably the reason that I had a thing for crazy women for a very long time.
I
I
still,
blame it on Ali Sheedy.
I still find it so funny that growing up, I saw so many parodies of the Breakfast Club and like sitcoms and stuff growing up, and I never saw the movie until college. So I never understood any of the references until years later.
Do you subscribe to the thing that it was all in that girl's imagination?
What, in Ali Sheedy's?
Yes.
Yeah, and it could have been
That she
but
was actually the only one in detention?
Nah, I don't think so. I love those theories. Number 4 is National Lampoon's Vacation, the original. Number 2, and I think this is really high, but I'm guessing that that Rob will disagree with me. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, are you kidding me? This should be one and it should be one by itself.
All right. You notice that I think Rob's a big John Candy guy.
Candy and Martin in that movie were magic.
Okay.
Pure magic.
All right.
It's
all right.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's sad. So that's the reason why I didn't really like it that much.
It's not sad.
It is sad.
Lonzo has a real
No.
tough time picking out what movies are actually
By the
about.
way, was John Candy's character not sad?
I mean, it was a little sad.
No, it was really sad. The reason why he was traveling was pretty sad.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
again,
Yeah, I mean,
I get it, but like that's part of why the movie ends on a positive. This is also a man who thinks that Rogue One is a bad movie.
it is.
It's-
It
is
It's
not.
It's
It's
not
for
a
some
bad
reason.
movie.
It's the worst movie
It's an
of all time.
incredible movie.
All right, but we're not talking
I
about
wouldn't go
that.
as far to say it's incredible, but it's pretty all right.
All right, number 1. Number 1 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, there you
Of
go.
course, it's number 1 on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Was that sarcasm, or do you agree with it, Matthew?
I agree that it's absolutely in the top 3, maybe 4. I don't think that I would put it at number 1.
Oh,
What's your number
no,
one
it has to
then?
be number 1.
In those, that's my number 1. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that being number 1. Like I said,
I don't have a huge problem with it, but I think that it's very much just the popular opinion top
I
one.
totally agree.
Yeah,
Completely agree.
Come on,
so
it was
they're
it was
going
a,
into-
it was a really good
but
movie.
it's
It was a
absolutely a good one,
great
and you should
movie.
watch it if you haven't.
This movie had such a lasting impression upon me that the guy to my left is named after a character in the movie.
Yes,
So
when Cameron was in Egypt land.
let my Cameron go.
My Cameron.
Before I grew my beard, I got told all the time that I look like Cameron Fry. I got told all the time when I had the longer hair and no beard that I look like him all the time. I used to own a Red Wings jersey because of that.
I can see it. I can see it. Yeah.
All right, really quick before we go to break on the stream, so I ask, what movie would you want the next generation, like your kid is now a teenager, would you want them to see? Chris has a couple in there, including The Bridge Over River Kwai, which is pretty old and it's got that whistling thing in it. Yeah. Patton, which is George C. Scott, I believe, pretty disturbing. Conan the Destroyer, I think you're just messing now. I mean, I think unless you just want to see Boombata. And Grace, it's not Grace. Is it Grace? Grace Jones? No, it's Grace Slick. Anyway, it's a Grace.
Jones. Is it Grace Jones? It is Grace Jones.
I get. She's very
Scary.
muscular.
Scary.
Yeah, scary. Yes.
Scary.
Chris also says Dune. John says Better Off Dead. Mark says One Crazy Summer. John Painter says Burbs, which was pretty good.
Burbs, yeah. It was out there.
Was that
Tom
Belushi?
Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Trey says, "Hey guys," which wasn't a movie, but he was just saying
it
hello.
wasn't.
Chris says the movie Michael Collins.
Yes and no. And the reason
Those
I
are
say,
very different answers.
yeah, the reason I say yes is because it is slightly true, but no, because it's not really accurate, but it is slightly true.
All right. Chris also says The Lost Boys, one of my favorite movies of all time. Dave says, has Cam backed your Ferrari out of the garage yet?
Not that he knows.
I may or may not have a red car, so it's a possibility. All right, we're going to take a break. Keep those coming. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Any text?
So glad all those scratches buffered
Just
out.
two.
That's not funny.
You'll never know.
I don't have to worry about it because the only one who will drive my car is my daughter.
Yes.
Cameron won't drive it.
Why?
My wife won't drive it.
It,
Because they're worried they'll do. Here's the real reason: my daughter doesn't have to move the seat. They do.
I think it's funny when my friends text me. They're listening to the show, but they text me.
Good. Are they giving you movies?
Yeah.
Cool.
why don't they want to be on? Why don't they want to?
Well, they know if they text me, I'll definitely get it.
Was part of the talking about John Hughes in school? Did you have to watch some of the movies as homework? Did you have to watch some of the movies as homework, or was it just? Okay.
No, it is. I don't
Give me
think
mine
any
too,
of those
Cameron.
movies came up in any of our classes outside of like being mentioned here or there, probably. But I meant that more in the sense of I watched a lot of movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a cinephile.
Yes, very much so.
You file cinema, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw Ferris Bueller when I was in college, and there was a $1.50 movie down from the. It was like a couple miles away from campus. We actually walked to it, and the football team went there to watch it too. And then me and my buddy went and watched it again. I watched it a couple of times in the theater. Because the first time we went to watch it, some people wanted to bow up, and they stood up and turned around and said something, and then the entire football team stood up, and then those people left. I know
As they should, because they realized we don't have the numbers.
Keep in mind, not a high school football team, a college football team.
They had
So,
neither the quality nor quantity of fighters ready to go with this.
Now, some people in the group may or may not have done things to make them want to bow up, but yeah, it was a smart
So you're
move on their
saying-
part leaving.
So the fault was on the football team.
Yeah, maybe could have been. I'm going to say quarterbacks because they're obnoxious.
Oh, universally, all quarterbacks are jerks.
What's that top one, Rob? Rob,
that?
what's the top one?
McClintock,
What is
my
that?
cousin Vinny.
McClintock, I believe, is a
Dude,
John
my
Wayne
cousin
movie.
Vinny.
I think.
Great pick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look it up. I think it's a John Wayne movie.
John Cryer wasn't that? Was in 16 Candles?
No, he was in Pretty in Pink.
Yep.
He was Ducky.
Ah,
Yeah, I think that was like one of the first appearances ever of John Cryer.
Oh, it is John Wayne.
Look at me.
look at you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Look at Matthew in the corner.
That's me in the corner.
That's him in the spotlight.
He looks kind of weird. He's just I'm not in the corner, but I am.
Matthew in shadow.
Yes.
I feel like I should like be singing or something like in this direction.
No, I
go
think
in this direction.
I think it's.
I'll just T-pose in the corner.
Assert dominance.
What are you doing, man? Stop! Ah! I can't handle it. There's no animations. It's ungodly. I would also put Blazing Saddles in there, Dave.
Excuse me
While I whip this out.
Of course, you guys would go with that one.
What else would you go with? They're simple
I play it all the time on the Rob
know.
Brown Show.
morons.
That one I do like.
Was my question to Rob Brown answer because I had business to attend to? Second question, is there really any defense from the freight train Jones bouncing and running off the ropes? What question? I mean, that's on the text. So
I don't know. It was on text. We can ask when they come back. John Wayne in
Maybe the question was never asked.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
radio.
now asking was the question.
We'll never know.
We'll never.
It'll float out there in the ether.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Rob Brown and Matthew here having a blast on Saturday night. At least I think everyone's having a good time. It's hard to tell with Rob Brown because he has no expression. He's kind of even keeled.
I suck the joy out of every room.
He does.
It's
I
true.
mean, definitely joy being sucked out of this room.
I noticeably got happier when I came into this room.
Because
It has nothing to do
got
with
away-
being an
Rob
introvert.
Brown isn't
got
here.
away from it. So we're asking, what is the movie that you would tell the
aura of
next
suck.
generation to watch? Now, a lot of these movies Cameron has seen because I watched them with him and passed them on. All right, text line 71307. We'll get to the stream comments in just a minute.
Text line Kelly's Hero and the Dirty Dozen, definitely classics. McClintock.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Dirty Dozen, the remake or the original?
I would say the original because he says
mean-
a classic.
Yeah, with Yul Brynner in it. Yeah,
Yul-
Kojak was in it.
You'll what?
Yul Brynner.
Okay.
You know, a bald cowboy is
Why are you
scary.
saying that we're going to Brenner?
Gotta have a bald cowboy. McClintock. I've never seen it, so I had to look it up, and it is the Duke. My cousin Vinny.
Yes.
Really enjoyed that one.
Yes. Mona Lisa.
2001: A Space
Oh.
Odyssey from Jim in Easley.
All right, come on. Now, 2001: A Space Odyssey was just weird. It really was. It was a weird movie. It was
It's
a weird book
Kubrick.
too.
What do you expect?
Yeah, but it's just.
I gotta say, man, is when you're watching that in Amsterdam, it goes down really well and
Wait.
smooth, man.
Wait.
Anybody
I don't
gonna
know if you
explain the giant space baby?
Yeah, I just or yeah.
Well,
anyway.
sometimes your hands can touch anything apart from your own hands.
Forrest Gump.
Get your
and
hands off me, Odie.
The Shawshank Redemption. And Dave.
By the way,
texts-
I've never seen the Shawshank Redemption. It
It's
just
good.
it just didn't interest me.
No, it's good.
Prison
It is good.
movies. I
What?
mean,
Dude, no.
Rob, we're not gonna all like the same things.
No, but
We're not.
there's a difference between I saw it and I didn't like it, and I have refused to see one of the most
No.
celebrated American
right.
cinema projects in the history of history.
Yeah,
Rob, tell us what you really think, man.
Don't worry, I will.
there's a thing.
I think Lonzo doesn't watch movies intentionally because he enjoys the reaction of people hearing he hasn't seen them more than he enjoys movies.
Rob, why are you on that soapbox?
Yeah, but he might be right. But that's not
I know
why.
I'm right.
No, that's not right. Right. There's a window of when some movies came out that I was so dirt poor I couldn't go see anything, and so
And you're out of that window.
yeah. Well, am I?
You have.
Am I? And
All right,
when you,
soapbox descended.
yeah, when you miss things that came out during a certain time, it's like so you hear so much about them over the years that it's like you saw them. I mean, I know about
No, it's
Morgan
not.
Freeman.
It's
I
one-
know about the ending of the movie. I know about all that stuff because there's been so much said about it. There's no point in watching it.
And you're like that with a lot of things. Like if you tell the story about like any sort of film or any sort of like video or anything, you watch it and you don't get the same kind of enjoyment.
Right.
out of it.
I can't remember names, but I remember movie scenes and things like that. All right, Odie, continue.
Yeah, on my own personal text line, which is 8. No, I'm not giving that one
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
I can give it out.
Dave says The Breakfast Club and Weird Science, and he recorded Ferris Bueller for his boys today. So he said he definitely has to get that one out. That's all I
as
got.
long as they don't go. So, Dad, it's okay
yeah.
to cut class.
Apparently, we're all morons as well because it's Telly Savalas.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
Not
my
Yul,
bad.
Not Yul Brenner.
Yeah,
You guys are morons.
there's only one bald guy that. Well, actually, there are two bald guys that I really care about. One of them's LexCorp, and the other one's Bill Frady. I'm afraid of each of them for two totally different reasons.
Bald guys you can care about.
Yes, mine is beige. All right, Trey says The Goonies, which is
yes,
still one of the best movies of all time.
and the new one is coming out
Yeah, we'll see.
2025.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Interview with a Vampire. I saw bits and pieces of it, but I didn't see all of it.
Oh, legendary.
All right.
It's okay.
I loved it.
Also on the stream, Dave says Forrest Gump, Idiocracy. I don't think I've seen that.
Idiocracy. It's a freaking documentary at this point.
Okay.
It's-
All right.
It kind of is actually, yeah.
Oh, it must be political. That's probably why I haven't
It's
seen
not. Okay. It's not.
it. Isn't it? though?
However, it has kind of been a bit prophetic.
Oh, yeah.
If we're really like, if you really look for when they made it, it's Mike Judge, right? It's a Mike Judge
Mike
flick,
Judge,
and it's very
Politics.
Mike Judge.
No,
No, it's not politics.
Okay.
It's
You
not
guys are
politics.
fighting awful hard for this.
No, we're on
They
the same
are.
page.
They-
It's social commentary, but the social commentary has, the more we've progressed into the social media era, become more, let's say, poignant.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's worth to watch.
You use big words, man.
He does. He does.
It's got what plants crave.
Robin Hood Men in Tights, of course, classic. Blazing Saddles, classic. Let's see. Chris says John Wayne and the Shootist. Any John Wayne movie is usually pretty good.
There's one line in Robin Hood Men in Tights that makes me laugh every single time I hear it. It's when the guy playing Robin Hood,
Cary Elwes.
he says, this is going to be a fantastic movie, and the guy says, why? Because Robin Hood has a British accent in this one.
No, he says,
Because unlike other
Yeah,
Robin
yeah.
Hoods,
Unlike
I-
other
They have an
Man.
English accent.
If you misquote a movie, is that newable?
Not even slightly.
I don't
Get
know.
out
I don't
and
know.
walk.
I don't know.
I'll
Because
turn off the
you were
mics.
so confident, like you were saying it right, and you was hardly even close.
I'm translating it from Irish.
Okay, fine.
It
You can
wasn't-
always go back to that. You can always go back. All
I
right.
wasn't aware that they came out in that. They had that language
Dude,
available
hey,
in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a great question for Ask Odie, but
Okay.
well, I'll wait till we ask Odie.
Should have-
Chris says LOTR. Lord of the Rings, real good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of the effects did not hold up though. That's all. That's
Not
all
it.
I'm saying. At the time, it was great because we wanted to see this movie made, and then they were like standing in holes and things. And all right, The Never-Ending Story, which is a very sad movie.
It has sad moments. I think sometimes you think like
Well,
if a movie has a
Dave-
sad
by
moment,
the way,
it's a sad movie.
Dave says saddest kid movie ever.
It
I'm
has
just-
sad moments. When we say it's a sad movie,
his mom died, and there's just there's death in it, and it's
Yeah, and then my wife went and called her white horse Artax.
it hasn't been stuck by the
You
nothing
stayed
or
away from
anything.
swamps.
No,
right?
Atreyu!
Yeah, I mean,
You know, we just every time I see Artax, I'm like, you died in a movie.
It, again, horrifically sad moments
Yeah.
in the movie. Not the same as being a sad movie.
No, it's not a sad movie, just
Yeah.
sad moments.
So the question is like, what's your positive to negative ratio to make it a sad movie compared
Lonzo
to?
cannot handle a single negative emotion in a movie.
whatever.
I don't think that's wrong.
That's well. Do you consider anger a negative emotion? Because I'm down with anger. Okay, I'm okay with angry.
He loves John Wick.
Yeah, that's a negative emotion. Speaking of angry, Chris says Tombstone. Yes.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Listen, I am going to say that on the list of rewatchable movies, Tombstone is at the top. Standalone by itself. It does not matter where in the movie you are. It does not matter the time of day or night. It does not matter the day of the week or the mood that I am in. If I am flipping channels and Tombstone is on, I'm your Huckleberry.
That's
I
a-
will watch it every time.
That's a stand-up movie. And the reason we call it a stand-up movie, if you're walking out the door and you're flicking through the channels just before you go and it comes on, you will stand up and you will watch it.
Correct. 100%. I will be late to a
Yes.
function if I can catch the end of Tombstone.
So is
That
that
is
why
a
you're
fact.
always late? It's just
You will
Tombstone
be
comes
late
on.
to a lovely pizza dinner.
All right,
On a
Matthew.
Saturday night.
That's
you
me
ev-
with The Departed.
Matthew, have you ever watched Tombstone?
Yes, I have.
Cameron,
I have seen a lot of parts of it.
you could say that I failed then. All right. Let us-
Yeah, I will.
Let us take a break. When we come back, we'll probably just continue
I've
with
seen
this because
Silverado,
it's doing
though.
so well. You have.
I like
Rob
that
has
one.
never seen Silverado, though.
Stick around for the We Quote Lines from Movie show. We're back after this.
That's been this show for since the inception. You listen to
we
Upstate
badly
Pulse
quote them.
right here. No, you do. News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You've never seen Tombstone Viper. Dave, whatever you're doing tonight, cancel it immediately.
It's a long movie
It's
though.
on Netflix.
It's a long movie
Cancel
though.
it immediately.
Unless it's watching this show, in which case watch this show.
No,
and then
no,
watch the movie.
leave this show right
Hey,
now.
not.
It's
No.
Don't
Go
you come on
find
this
the
show?
comfiest
Stay
spot.
watching it.
Pour yourself a cold glass of whatever your favorite beverage is, tuck in, and enjoy for the ride of your life.
Dave, don't leave
That's
the
a
show.
promising promise right there, man.
We need the views, man.
We need the views, man.
Nah, we don't really.
Watching
I
The
mean,
View?
I mean, we get.
We have a
enough.
wonderful sponsor.
We do. Have we mentioned
You
him?
should probably mention him.
Yeah, I know. That's how I'm reminding myself.
Borderlands Comics and Games on something numbers south
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah,
That's the one.
on 410 South Pleasantburg Drive.
yes, that one. Hey, you know where it is. You don't have to know the address. You don't even have to put it in your
Well, an
GPS.
advertising it, I did.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you
Cool.
remembered.
Yes, me too.
It's a place where the Exalted Rob resides.
Yes, the
not
Exalted
that one
Rob.
over there.
Got a few more.
I'm his other Rob.
Okay.
I like how my
Yeah, not everybody's into the genre, but there are some movies that transcend the genre, and Tombstone is because it's historical. So you're
Tombstone-
watching history,
Okay, it's a dramatized version of
but it's
history,
still history.
but it's very,
The
very
shootout, at
good.
the OK Corral actually
I've
happened.
been there, by the way.
Oh,
I've
yeah?
been to Old Tombstone. Yeah,
Is it cool?
it's very cool. It's a little touristy hokey, but I love touristy hokey, so it was fantastic.
Well, here's the thing. Tombstone made such an impression on me. Like, I've been riding horses pretty much my whole life. But when I got onto a Western horse with a Western saddle and I had a duster on me because it was raining and I had my cowboy hat on, which my wife made me buy, I looked at my wife and just settled up and said, I'm your huckleberry.
Yeah,
And I just rode off into the sunset. That wasn't a sunset because it was like midday and it
no,
was
but you
cloudy.
pretended it was a sunset.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, in your head, you were
Yes, I
riding
did.
off into the sunset, 6-shooter.
And
strapped.
no, there was a rifle in a
Okay,
rifle holder,
yep.
and I because there's coyotes in our property, and I was just like,
Daggum coyotes.
They fornicated with my
Fornicating
skull.
With my skull.
and you know what my wife done when I done all that? She shook her head and she was just like, fair enough.
So it didn't work.
Oh no, I don't. It worked in my eye was cool.
Okay. All right.
She didn't think it.
It worked for me. And
That's
that's what
all that
mattered.
mattered. I had my fun. And that's all that matters.
See, I would say a movie that I haven't mentioned yet on the air that I don't know if Cameron's watched all the way through that I think he should is Phantasm.
What's that?
You've never seen
Never seen
Phantasm.
Phantasm.
I have not watched it.
It's very old, but the tall
That's the
man
thing
is
with like
in-
the
with the ball. Yes.
Yeah.
Was it, there's a orb that flies through and hits
Oh,
people
that
in the
guy's in
head
it.
and blood spurts out and it's got the tall man in it
Yeah, that guy.
and a bunch of they look like Jawas, but they're actually demons. And it's very
I would
it's
like to
very real.
add every movie that involves the Muppets to the list.
Yes.
Gosh,
Just
Did
every
you
one of
watch?
them.
Did you
So
watch
true.
the new documentary on Disney Plus about Jim Henson?
I've not,
You
didn't
will
know there was
cry
one.
when you yes.
but I'm going to
You
maybe
will
tonight.
cry when you watch.
I
it.
am going to tell you right now that 3 years ago, I was inducted into the Christmas tradition of the fiance's family, which is they watch a Muppet Christmas Carol. And I am deadly serious when I say to you, it is the best version of that movie ever filmed.
Yes, it is.
It is better than every serious movie. And somebody made the point that the reason why is because Michael Caine gives a Shakespearean performance and he treats the Muppets as if they are
Real people,
genuinely
yeah.
good actors.
Yes.
Yep.
And it is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It is my favorite version of that story ever.
I always like the Pirate Muppets.
Muppets Treasure Island.
Yes, Muppets Treasure
is
Island.
another one
thank
that
you,
is beyond
Imogene.
reproach.
Because Tim
All right,
Curry's
guys, let's
amazing.
do radio.
I know it's
He's
hokey in
amazing, Cameron.
70s.
It's my
but
only number, boys. Also, he's dead? This is a kid's movie.
Now I have to go back and watch that movie again.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. One of the cool things, and maybe not so cool, is how fast this show goes. I mean, we're already almost done with our first hour. Shout out to LexCorp. Third hour would have been nice tonight. Would have been nice. Still got another hour coming up, so don't worry about it. But, 2 more hours coming up would have been even better. Let's jump on the stream real quick before we get to the text line. April says, "What's up, my dudes? Enjoying listening this evening. I made my boys watch Mad Max. I stand by that." The original, I'm guessing. We were talking about this, I think, on the Rob Brown show, which that's Rob Brown over there.
Hi.
Yeah, he does exist. He really does. And yes, he is live.
I still don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. You can come and touch him if you
We're
want.
just having a group hallucination right now.
Maybe we are. Maybe we are.
Why is there a rhinoceros in the corner?
That's just me. What was in that pizza?
Chris says most of the Batman movies. I'm guessing he's leaving out the Bat Nipples. John says Jaws. Let's see.
Jaws was terrifying.
Imogene says Hollywood Nights. I'm guessing I'm probably the only person in this room who saw that.
Nope, seen it.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay. I was wrong then. Good on me. I mentioned during the break. By the way, the show continues on the stream, and so you should watch on stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. And one thing you'll see when you're watching on the stream is all the posters that we have around the room. And I bought those posters at Borderlands Comics and Games because you can go to 410 South Pleasantburg Drive and go to Borderlands Comics and Games, and you can buy posters. You can buy anime. You can buy statues. You can buy Funko Pops. You can buy vintage video games. You can buy collectibles. You can buy D&D merchandise, including dice and figurines. You can even go there on, I believe it's Thursday nights, and play some games there because they're open late on Thursdays. And they have tables where people come in and play D&D, or they play Warhammer, or they play Star Wars or something like that. It is an awesome place. When you go there, by the way, open 7 days a week, make sure you tell them that you came in there because you heard about it on the Upstate Pulse. Dave says Pee-wee's Big Adventure. A little weird, but I really liked it.
Can we go back to Hollywood Nights for a second? Number one, I've never seen a movie with Tony Danza in it. I've seen every Tony Danza TV show, never seen a movie. Number two, we all agree Fran Drescher was a smoke show,
Yes.
right?
Hollywood Nights is more along the line of man, why am I American Graffiti? It's
Okay.
very American Graffiti like.
I've only heard of Tony Danza from the Elton John song where he says, "Hold me closer, Tony Danza."
Remember that bow up
Holy
versus what was the element? Bow up and square up.
Yeah.
Very, very close there. Very close right there.
Just looking up Fran Dresser now.
You don't
nanny.
you don't know Fran Drescher?
No,
Man.
She's against AI. I can tell you that.
she didn't make it across the pond, and she's not green. But
If you look at her back in the day,
The Nanny.
Yeah. Well, before that,
back.
Hollywood Nights.
That's fair.
Yes.
I've never seen Hollywood Nights. I want you to know that if I'm ever going to watch Hollywood Nights, it's going to be because of Fran Drescher, not Tony Danza.
What's Hollywood
With all
Nights
due respect
about?
to Tony Danza.
It's American Graffiti-esque, and you don't know what American Graffiti is, other than you should know that
George Lucas.
that
did.
George Lucas did it. Yeah.
Oh, it's Hollywood Knights.
Yes.
There's a K.
Yes. That's how it's said in Ireland, apparently. Text line 71307.
On the text. Sorry, I got really distracted.
Oh,
there
he
for some
saw
reason.
Fran Drescher
Yes,
and
he
Hollywood
finally-
Nights, apparently.
On the text line, we have The Goonies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club. That's one texter. Another texter says, "Hi, Odie and the other fellas. I forgot Fast Times of Richmond High and Meatballs." And then-
Meatballs. Yes. Fast Time at Ridgemont High, definitely. Phoebe Cates, favorite to a lot of people during that time. And Spicoli.
Spicoli.
Hear that? That's my skull.
Oh, dude. We got Lonesome Dove and Dances with Wolves from another texter.
You know what? I didn't think I was going to like Dances with Wolves, but I really did.
That's where I learned how to speak whatever language, whatever tribe that was.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's where I learned to say Imayo Tatanka Owaji.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Which-
I
which
didn't
means-
detect any
which
Irish in there.
means
That was
My
really
name
good.
is Wind in his hair. That's because I'm not. Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
what?
That's almost like me saying I wear a wig. Oh no.
There's a lot
Lonzo
of-
wears a wig.
Yeah.
there's a lot
I
of
had no.
slippage
I
going
had
on.
no idea.
That slipped out.
It's well done.
Hold on, I put it back in.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
time, it just keeps on slipping into the future.
I think I killed Rob.
Odie
he's back.
knows what he did. He knows what he did.
All right, here's the thing, and I've pointed this out to Odie many times. How you do the thing, you move on, you don't point it out, because then people are left going, "Did he just say that?" Instead of going, "He just said that."
For the record, I didn't say anything. I just moved away from the camera so I wasn't caught hysterically laughing.
Yeah, but then you pointed out that he knows what he did.
Yeah,
And then
because he
people are
looked
gonna-
me dead in the face like, you got that right. Like, I couldn't not acknowledge it.
Well,
Well, no, you could acknowledge it with your eyes.
Yeah, you could have
but
done that. I mean, you could be straight, man. Just like when I'm trying to tell someone they're going to get their knuckles wrapped by the boss, and you broke on me.
We had a trainee in, and Lonzo has him all but convinced that if he misses a button, the boss is going to whack him across the knuckles with a yardstick. And the poor kid was looking at me like, yeah, I don't know.
will he be dressed as a nun as he does this? or-
See, that's why I laughed, because in my head,
Yeah, but see,
I had a picture of whom you all refer to as Lex Luthor
The Penguin.
in a nun's outfit. And it, like, stop yourself from laughing.
no,
I would probably just imagine.
no,
that'd
that would be more.
terrifying.
That would be more scary. It absolutely would. I
That's
would,
someone's
and
nightmare.
you would not point if you went in there and LexCorp is wearing a nun's outfit. You're not saying anything. You're not saying nice dress. You're not saying anything. You're taking him even more serious than you already would while you're in there, and knowing that you have to stay in there for like 25 to 35 minutes while he's wearing a nun outfit.
Yeah, but see, if
No,
I,
you,
if,
you walk in. It's that serious, isn't it?
Yes, it is that. Yes, it is that serious. Or it's like, okay,
Oh no!
this is how I get fired. All right, at least,
I
at
didn't
least,
think this is how I was going to go,
yeah,
but it
See,
seems
or the-
that's going to be the case.
at least it's going to be
Well,
memorable.
this is how I die.
Yes.
I just stand there and it's, I didn't know you were into that habit.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
You see, that would just turn everything around and he wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah. See, that was skillful. That's what that was. I even said skillful.
Skillful.
That was skillful.
That there
Yeah.
is what we say is 100% bona fide. Bona fide.
Okay.
Also, shout out to Trey for the Shania Twain reference. I'm the only one who appreciated it, but I appreciated it.
Hold on, I didn't.
But by the way, but she looks different now, Shania Twain. I'm not saying she looks bad. She just looks different.
Well, because
don't
she's
get-
almost 60.
Yeah, but don't you want someone to age and still look like them?
I mean, I don't think she does.
It's like when Jennifer Grey got the nose job and she don't look like her anymore. If you watch Ferris Bueller's
Just
Day
don't
Off,
do
you know
plastic
who Jennifer
surgery.
Grey
Just-
is.
Ah!
Or what's
Hang
the
on.
matter? What's the
Nothing-
matter? Are
nothing
you okay?
wrong.
Something-
Are you all right?
Oh, did something happen?
Oh no! Oh,
Something
no.
happened
What-
over there?
What is going
You
on?
look like a mild bit of panic.
Wow,
I
this
smell-
looks like something should have been playing by now.
Yeah.
I smell blood in the
Yeah.
water.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
Uh-oh.
I don't hear any music. I should be hearing music right now.
I feel like we should be hearing some music.
Yeah, so do I. Look at that. 59 is about to be the top of the hour, so he's not going to be able to get in.
Get a number two.
Wow.
I'm just watching the clock at this point.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
running out of seconds
Yeah,
here.
It's okay. We're stretching for the fact that you didn't have the music, dude. What's the point now?
There is no point. It's already over.
Give up, Odie.
But I can't.
What are you still doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's over.
Go home.
I can't
Go
talk it up to
home.
the ID. I can't hit the post because I don't know where the post is. That's not the right music, by the way. There we go. All right. Should that be two? Should that be two?
Yeah,
I don't
let's
know.
double
It
up.
should
I
be,
don't
and now
know.
it's coming up on the hour. So bye.
He insulted.
Chicka chicka.
No!
The perfect outro doesn't exist by.
Good job, Matthew, because I don't have a seconds clock.
I pulled up
Yeah.
the seconds on my computer because
Thank you.
I know that it's coming up.
Hey, man, it's okay. All right, don't let it ruin the next hour. You got this.
Do you need
You
an
also got two
uncomfortable
news
Yeti hug?
coming. You got two. You got two coming. That's three. I just want you to know.
You know what y'all can do now?
Where did you recognize Rob's voice from, Dave? From the award-winning Rob Brown show?
Sorry, Dave.
He says you sound like Brad Williams.
have
I've
never-
gotten it like 9 times.
I don't know who that is.
Who's
he
Brad
is
Williams?
He is a comedian who is a little person. A little person who is a comedian. I think
Oh,
is the
okay.
less offensive way to organize that sentence structure. He is
Is he-
very funny.
Is he shorter than Bryce Young? You're not sure. You're not sure.
He
What about Hornswoggle?
He's a little person.
Okay. All right.
I'm not upset with the Hornswoggle
I think
reference.
isn't
I'm
dwarf the
upset
proper.
with Lonzo making the worst Bryce Young short joke he has made in the history of Bryce Young short jokes.
Look, he has to
I'll
get
keep
them in.
trying. I could probably outdo it. We got a full season coming up.
Like I fired it twice
Did you?
when I fired it, so the legal ID got pulled into it. I'm like,
Sounds like you're firing blank, son.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hate to see it happen.
It's me, the real Rob Brown.
Oh no. Oh no.
You've been Rob Brown the entire time.
Wow.
Indeed, I was. Rips off.
I just think it was funny. Push up the news, kill all the things, and just let it go.
That was the whole Veltramite beard pull.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, why is that indicative of? It's just like he's a Viltrumite because
All right.
Yeah.
Have
It's literally genetic.
so everything
Have
else rips
oops
off
ready?
except for the stash.
I need to have noobs ready
Yeah.
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
well that too. You get the we need those. We need the noobs before we get the
No,
oops.
Thaddeus's beard was real. That was a pull. Of course, the dude could like punch it like a moon or something and like send it flying away. So a beard pull is not that much of a stretch. It was like a super being would be
Where it
able to
always
harm
is,
themselves.
should be on row 2.
It only makes sense. I should not.
By the
leave
way,
it at
thank
that.
you to everybody who's participating. You guys are awesome. Hey, Duna Bros is there. I didn't notice you, Duna Bros.
What's up, Duna Bros? The penguin. Well, at least Brad knows.
I like how my movie stuff is like I have like 9 or 10 different ones that are all in different categories of do you want an animated film? Do you want a foreign animated film? Do you want specifically Japanese? Do you want to look at how adaptations work between different cultures? I have movies for all of those different things. Do you want to just look generally at another culture? Do you want a drama? Do you want purely entertainment?
I can see your media studies degree has really panned out for you.
I like movies. Sorry, I'm Rob Brown now.
He said he's the real Rob Brown.
Oh, we know where this is going.
Yeah, go in there before he touches something. You know what? Yeah, he might. Yeah.
It's all right. I turned off the mic.
Go in there
When
before
he
he
walked in, I was like, maybe Matthew was left up. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, he might turn a dial or something, and Lee might have a episode. So, love you, Lee. Just in case you're watching, he does listen to the show. So, because everyone listens to the show, because it's amazing.
How do I stop it?
The name of that's a great question, Chris. Chris wants to know what's the name of that show that Rob Brown hosts.
I don't know.
It's called The Rob Brown Show.
Branding.
How
Yes.
do I stop
I thought it was Brown Rob.
the cart if I need to stop it?
The
fast?
Brown Rob show.
The cart itself,
Just
or
drop the and just.
so if the cart is playing, if you hit the cart again,
I didn't think that's where he was spending his time, but
So if one of these is playing,
no, yeah, if one of these is playing,
Yeah.
if you hit that again,
I feel like we're
it will
becoming the
fade.
old
oh,
Muppets.
okay, and then I copy it and bring it down, right?
You could, but when it fades,
Yes,
It's gonna
Statler
stop.
and Waldorf.
So,
characters of any genre ever.
Okay. Like I literally looked at the clock. It was
the is very important. Yeah, April wants to know if there were any bananas in the bathroom, Rob.
No, but there could be.
You don't know this story.
What?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
I don't know the story either. I'm
A
just
picture
saying.
tells 1,000 words.
Oh god. There's just gonna be a banana in a toilet.
Yes.
what?
Do you recognize that stall?
Yes, I do recognize that stall.
Why
So
was
we
there a
got-
banana in that stall?
We got done with the show one day, and I usually, when the show was over,
It's a very
go
overly
look
right-
around the hallway. Right, I hit
Yeah,
the
yeah.
restroom on the way out.
Oh yeah.
I opened the door to the restroom, and my brain did not comprehend what I was looking at, but it stopped.
There-
my
there was an
body so that I
episode.
could
It was
process
definitely an
it.
episode.
So my
Yeah.
body quite literally stopped, and I looked, and I'm like,
That's what you're saying is you had to buffer.
and like, it's 100%.
Oh, you didn't see the look on
And
his
like
face.
A second
He was,
and a half later, I realized that there is someone, sorry, don't mean to be crude, pooping, and there's just a banana on the
Ew.
ground in the stall. So I walked back out of the bathroom, walked
Well,
into
where
the
else
studio,
are you gonna put it?
Yeah, I mean, you put it on the floor. I mean, you know,
walked back into the studio, threw the door open, and I'm like, Lonzo, I don't know what to do, say, or I don't know right now.
All right, dude, quiet on the set. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, affectionately known as the Nerd Hour. It used to be the third hour Nerd Hour. Still one of the best things that I've ever written in my entire life. And believe it or not, I've written a lot of things that you guys have heard on these airwaves and other airwaves. The third hour Nerd Hour, it had such a ring to it. And then it was taken away from us. And why did we lose it? Because of money. That's why we lost it. Yes, that's why we lost it.
I just thought LexCorp hates rhyme schemes.
No, that's not it. Be nice to him. He's awesome.
Can I just do this and get it over with?
Oh, that's right. By the way, whenever
you
someone
for
makes a mistake,
reminding us.
I need to give the history about this because we have some listeners who don't normally listen.
Well, can I do one? Because you give the history, and then I can do the second one.
No. We need both of them.
Backstory before that.
Backstory is very important
exactly.
because there's some people who are here because Rob Brown is here for the first time in 2 years.
Hello.
Even though he said I'll be back. All right, so back in the day,
before you do anything
all right,
else,
you're
right?
interrupting me. And I'm trying to talk.
No, listen. I from now on will call him the distraction, Rob Brown.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
If you want to blame him. All right, so back in the day when we first started the show nearly a decade ago, we were all producers in here. And so producers are very difficult on other producers. So whoever the producer was, whoever was running the show, if that person made a mistake, they got heckled a little bit because if you're not perfect amongst your peers, well, then you need to pay for it. And I would let people off right and left, but Chris Evans would not. All right. He was the worst one. Like, no, you're getting noobed for that. Okay. And if he's listening, he will back me up on that. He will not. There are little minor things that I would let go and he'd be like, no, he has to be noobed. All right. So
what was he mining? Was it gold or silver?
The noobers. Okay. The worst
people's self-esteem.
The worst noober in the history of this program is now having to noob himself twice.
No. Right?
I would noob.
Yeah.
It's called, you understand? I don't know if they do this in Ireland. It's called scoreboard. I don't know. Do they do that?
Scoreboard!
Do they do that in Ireland?
Scoreboard.
We don't know what a scoreboard is. No, I am 100% convinced that you have one up on me.
No.
You have a sextuple noob.
You're trying to
you just wanted to say sex, but that's fine.
Which I get, by the way.
There's one.
Not for the second part.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
You could have stereoed it.
I was going
to. As long as you staggered just a little bit.
I was going to.
Yeah, but you had to stagger a little so we can tell the difference.
My button pushing skills tonight are, abysmal. So
listen,
I'm just
Rob Brown is a dead sexy distraction. I get it. Okay.
I
have to work with that almost every day.
Looking at me,
beard.
Stroking his beard, and it's just a case of, I just.
The only reason I'm not holding a pipe is because I'm not allowed to.
Yes, that's what it.
It could blow bubbles.
You could have or you could have an unloaded pipe.
No, you really. I mean, we would have to put across the bottom smoking, and on the screen.
Just no smoking.
Like movies do when they point out that they're smoking in the movie.
You're allowed to do it if it's part of the act, right? Like that's the theater rule.
Yeah.
You can smoke as long. So I'll just say it's part of my on-air character.
Really, you come in here and light something up. We'll see what happens.
This is a theater of dreams.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, sprinkler systems make them on. I don't know.
Why do I hear music? Do I hear music?
Welcome to the Upstate Pulse. We're very wet.
I would quote some a song music. I hear music over my head.
Hey, yo.
Over my head. I hear music.
What was that? Hey,
To your comment about being wet.
Thank you.
Yes.
I let it go that time.
I was
I will
quoting,
not let that
like
go.
a professional.
I didn't even look at it.
I was quoting King's X, by the way.
I was staring at that.
In honor of my friend who is no longer with the building, I want to say adios to Twisted Todd, who's decided to move on to other ventures. Been in the building for a couple decades. I will miss my friend, and it was cool getting to work with someone so twisted. He's been on this show before too, and just as nerdy as we are. You know what?
Legend.
I think in honor of how many times Odie's been noobed tonight, let's go with Oops.
Oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Nobody can take that much and still live.
What's this? That's cray-cray.
Is everybody in this town on drugs? This is ridiculous.
All right, so normally this has to do with arrests that happen either in Florida or Ohio because you can find out about those, unlike other states like South Carolina, where it's a little more difficult to find out about things. But this has nothing to do with that. This has to do with a Maryland town or Maryland, depending on if you're Rob Brown or not. You guys, and this is a great question for Ask Odie, but I'll ask it here anyway. Do they have senior pranks in high school in Ireland?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's a global thing. So a Maryland high school did this thing. They put up a sign in front of an old store that was broken down and put "Coming Soon, Trader Joe's," and put a barcode. And the barcode, when people who wanted to find out more information, when you hit that barcode, and I meant to tell you this earlier because we would have did this, but it's too late now. It's just too much fun going on in here. They got rickrolled.
That is amazing.
Yes. So
that is awesome.
That was their senior class. They had a banner made. You can see the picture if you go look it up. It looks like a legitimate Trader Joe's banner that you would see hanging out somewhere. And they got a bunch of people. Some people were mad about it. Some people were not.
It's going to be a lot of upset yuppies.
No, not yuppies.
Not
Hipsters. It's Trader Joe's is hipsters.
It is hipsters.
Yeah,
You're
because
right.
yuppies turned into hipsters. I mean, I think yuppies beget hipsters.
So they're further
Is
down.
that true,
on-
Rob? The yuppies beget hipsters?
No, I think hipsters kind of come into their own. Like hipsters are created from a desire to not fall into a category, and then ironically all end up in the same category.
Yeah.
That's a hipster. Also, I got to say, I have mad props to these people because a number of years ago, my drummer came up to me with a T-shirt that we wore for a very long time when my band was playing shows, and I would put it on just for the encore of the show, and it had a QR code on it, and it 100% was the Rickroll. So I'd wear it on the front of the stage during our encore, and we'd be like, oh, find out more about the band or whatever, scan the QR code, and we would end up Rickrolling a bar full of people via T-shirt.
So if they,
How
this
many
is brilliant.
sales do you think you lost at that joke?
If they clicked
Don't
on
care.
it, if they clicked on that, what would happen?
If they went to the QR code on the shirt,
Yeah, what would happen?
they just got Rickrolled immediately and
Dude,
on the
how-
spot.
How slow are you? I know you got the song. You went and got. I gave you cues like 3 times.
So like if you
Yeah, I get no. This is not.
Come
I mean,
on,
this
let's
is.
go for the
I was
fourth.
gonna-
No, I just want to hear the
Yeah,
song at this point.
I mean,
Fine, hang on. I'll do myself again.
I handed it off like 3 times there. Well done too. Even made some eye contact.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I was going to play it when you were saying you're listening to Newstalk 98.9. But I was going to then hit it, and it would have been a Rickroll at the end of it, and they can't hear it on the
We're
stream.
no
because-
strangers
fine.
to love.
They can now.
You know
Hold on, I
the
can
rules,
do that.
and so do I.
I was keeping it for my own part. My
You
own little
wouldn't
kind of.
get this from any other guy.
That's enough.
Oh, come
That's-
on,
that's
man.
Look, he doesn't like singing.
Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give.
Oh, come on. That's a legendary
All right,
That's,
song.
that's
so-
the part
let-
that you have to play.
Yeah,
I'm
there
so
you go.
disappointed.
I saw you looking it up,
Yeah.
and I, we're right in the midst of it.
I know.
Yeah.
But I was holding
But
it
you
for
know-
going into the
Yeah,
ad
but if you
break.
do that, you know what you can't do? You can't talk about it. So this way
Okay,
we
fine.
did it and we could talk about it. So I mean, I get it. And we were thinking along the same lines. And if I would have told you ahead of time, which I had planned to do, then we would have had the whole thing set up. But it's organic, and you gotta look for cues and,
Yeah.
and things, and the chemistry is there.
Oh, it is there.
You just miss cues a lot.
Never gonna tell you lies and hurt you.
I know what it is. I got it.
Go
I
on.
understand. We're going to break, by the way. I understand why Odie and I have some miscommunication, because my sign language is in English and English is your second language. That's why.
Too shy to say
Yeah.
it.
Go on, talk over it. Do your thing with the Newstalk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You just did it.
And if you ask me how I'm feeling,
That was a hard cutoff. So
Anyway, well done by those Maryland seniors. I mean,
yes.
yeah, I mean that's
That's on you. I
that's a
love
great
that
move.
song.
It's a banger.
We
dude.
all love that
It's
song.
a
is.
genuinely
It
good
is.
song. And I'm tired of America pretending like it's not.
I don't know anyone that doesn't think it's a good song.
Dude, bros, you're right. I
No,
need
it's less
to.
about that. I think it's more about just like
you
the
know what?
pranking of it. Like you got.
We
It
can
doesn't
mix it
matter what's
into
on
a
the other end of
DJ,
it.
or we could just write a rap about it, about being noobed. I could do that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more difficult than a country song, which you all know is very easy, but I can actually write a rap about that.
So when are we playing? Is Purvis out of jail yet?
Problem is, you can't do Rob's hat without Rob. And Rob ain't been available for 2 years.
Yeah, good point. Then it would just be a hat with no Rob. Yeah, it's just a band called Hat.
It'd be like the Arby's symbol. That's
What
it.
if you drop
Arby's.
Rob from it and you just called it SHAT?
No.
We're not doing that.
No. No.
It's a hard no.
By the way, that's a metal band. That's not a country band. That's that's a metal band. That's something that Diesel listens to. No.
I think you know what? I think I'm gonna start a band and I'm gonna call it Upstate Pulse D&D, and we're never gonna.
We're never gonna play.
We'll never release a single.
Hey, Chris says commercials are playing, so take it out of utility.
No, they're not.
That's what he says. So 1 isn't in utility,
No,
2 in utility.
you can hear it through the.
Oh,
mic.
okay, because you're being quiet. Yeah, I don't know how loud some other people were. Maybe you're just wrong, Chris. So there.
Hang on.
Odie already has complex. Stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go sit.
Shouldn't
in
we
the
just
corner.
whittle his soul down like for the rest?
if we
of
could
the
just
time
get
we
4
got?
more out of him. Oh, all we need is
Listen.
4 more.
Tommy or squeal amok on bubbly August Misha Mayfin Cockamillish. It's all safe.
I think we were
Last
all
one.
thinking that.
It's
I
all
think
safe.
that's probably.
It's all safe.
Is it? We're on.
By the way, you
stream
keep,
right now,
you keep
but-
saying a second language is English when it's actually dance.
If you want to.
Well, it's interpretive dance. Rob is now doing jazz hands.
Ghosts. Spirit fingers. These are spirit
I'm
I
scared.
don't
That
know
would
what's
only been
going
better
on,
if
but
Matthew was standing behind him when he was doing that.
Yeah.
All I can say is I'm
Layer
scared.
the spirit
and
fingers.
That
like
was
your
fun,
ass.
ladies and gentlemen, a movie that absolutely should have been on our first hour list.
That's a great question,
on.
Dave. The noob record is held by Odie.
No,
He's
it's
trying
not.
to dispute
No,
it, but he
it's-
absolutely.
You did a pentanoob. There
Yeah,
was
you
no
did.
sextanoob.
You did.
Lonzo did a sextanoob.
No,
when he
I
was
did
saying
not
do a
golly or
sextanoob.
gosh, he did.
No,
I am going
I mean,
tonight, Matthew. I am going to. Oh, you don't know that? Yeah. Okay. There was a show called Stars in Their Eyes where people used to dress up like big stars. Like tonight, I'm going to be Michael Jackson or whatever, or anybody like that. But the guy that used to host the show was called Matthew. So you would say, tonight, Matthew, I am going to be Rick Ashley. And then they'd come, yeah, okay. Nyum.
All right, now you can hear the commercials.
And the crickets and the zombie cicadas fornicating in the corner.
Oh, they're done.
They are?
Yeah, I haven't heard them. Have you? I mean, they're all dead and they're now zombies.
I like that UFC logo. And the monster logo.
Forgot about the ring girls. Yeah.
Odie didn't.
Have you ever seen UFC before? Come back with Ask Odie.
I was coming back with something else, and I have to come back in 4 seconds.
He didn't do it.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well
You know
done.
what?
Well done. All right, it is the time of the program where we ask Odie questions. If you are this is the first time you've been listening, because Rob brought in about 3 people, which is cool. We appreciate the 3 people. Odie, that's
Yes,
his name.
hello.
Odie is
Konnichiwa.
we're pretty much experts on all things North America, but Odie is an expert on all things European. So if anything that doesn't happen on this continent, Odie knows it. So if you have a question about, let's say,
You know, there's 5 other continents, right?
right, and he's
Okay.
the expert on all those. If you
Okay.
if you want to know something about
His knowledge is robust.
if you want to know something about Istanbul, he can help you out. If you want to know something,
About Constantinople?
well, of
no,
course
no,
Or
not.
to Istanbul,
Yeah, that's
Constantinople,
That's not.
Istanbul.
If you want to know something
Constantinople.
about Croatia, he's got you. If you
That
want
was
to
it.
know something about Luxembourg, he absolutely knows Luxembourg. If you want to know something about Kilimanjaro, he knows that. He does. Odie knows all that. So if you have a question for Odie, Maybe even if it has to do with Ireland, because he's from that peninsula, you can ask him that question. Text line is 71307.
Who's the current captain of the Welsh Football Club?
Some Welsh guy.
There are only
Okay,
two
that's- I mean,
things
it's
I
technically
can't
correct.
stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
Okay, so don't ask him anything about the Dutch.
No.
Okay, all right. He obviously has disdain for the Dutch, some anger towards them. He doesn't like wooden shoes. I don't know,
They're
anyway,
a bit cloggy.
they are.
Yeah.
But you can still skate in them if you don't have any money.
True.
So you just don't like the poors. That's it. Odie doesn't like the poors.
I was the poors.
All right. So Dave is asking, are French fries from France?
No.
Okay.
No.
Where are they from then?
They are from Fryland.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Yep.
Is that next to Thailand or Finland?
We don't mention that.
All right. I have an Irish question for you.
Belgium, by the way.
Okay.
Belgian.
Okay. Thank you. When
I have never been so outright dismissed. Amazing.
Go back in your corner.
By the way, Dunabro says they're from Friarland.
You see?
See, the fries are from Friarland.
Are all the men bald there?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm not even going to read that. 'Cause I don't even know who that is, Dave. I have an Irish question. What is the national sport of Ireland?
Oh, it's the GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association. They have hurling and football.
Hurling.
Hurling.
Is that with the poles and stuff?
That's with the big.
Or is it with?
That's the thing we have in the studio back there.
Oh, that thing.
Had,
yeah, he
yeah.
took it. He took
Had.
it back.
Had.
Yeah,
I'm teaching my son how to play hurling.
he needs it for something. Yes.
Yep.
I'm
Patio
teaching
furniture.
my kid to hurl and also stop touching things.
Well, he wants to make sure that he doesn't that
Patio furniture doesn't talk about the hurls.
he's going to get me back for all the noobs.
Yep.
Like I had something to do with it.
So I have a very important pressing question.
Sure.
So I need to know. I've been getting some very suspicious packages in my mailbox. Potatoes with
don't.
we know written on them and all that. Your normal stuff. But I've been feeling like it could be linked to something. So I was wondering,
Yes.
how effective are Home Alone style booby traps in dealing with the Irish mafia?
We don't, Matthew. No. After the show, okay?
I can answer that question. Very effective.
No.
Okay,
no,
thank
Pat,
you,
no,
thank
Pat,
you.
We don't mention. Remember, we don't mention the Irish mafia.
All right. My next question
Yes, sir.
about Ireland. Can you tell where someone's from in Ireland by their dialect? Like here,
Yes,
if you're from the southern
100%.
United States, I talk like this. If you're from Pickens, if you're from Ohio, you talk like this.
Yeah.
If you're from Canada North, you go a lot, and and you like cold and stuff.
You pick your nose and
so-
you cheat in football.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and then
a
you go
global
to,
thing.
you go to
Dialects
California.
and things
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
100%. Absolutely 100%.
So what is the Irish equivalent of a southern accent?
The Irish equivalent of a southern accent? Well, Ireland is the south because you've got the south.
South of Britain, south of France.
It's the south.
South of
so
Spain?
the Republic of Ireland.
Okay, all right.
Because
Well,
you've
you
got-
should be more specific.
Listen, I'm Atlantic. You can talk about the Republic of Ireland and the North of Ireland, and in the Republic of Ireland, they generally sound like me. This is kind of the generic Irish accent, the one that I learned. I mean, sorry, what? And up north, if they're talking up north, it's what about you? And they're talking kind of through their nose. And, we do not stand for violence here in this county.
So they sound stodgy, like what people down here believe the North is.
Why specifically
United
that
States.
voice line?
That's the one that they do. No
they?
bother at all. They'll come out and go nuts on everything. And they will make sure that your kneecaps are not attached to your legs anymore.
That sounds painful. It really does.
Is
But
that
where,
kneecapping or is it decapping?
where I'm from, down like where I was born, and where I found out Rob is from originally,
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
is
yeah.
down in Cork. Now, Cork would be kind of lyrical, like, they would go up and down and you wouldn't say a word straight at all. But I'm terrified doing my own accent that something's going to slip out and the FCC are going to say, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm a little worried too. That's why I'm watching you closely.
Yeah, I'm watching myself very closely as well. I'm getting ready to hit the button because,
Okay.
I
Maybe you
could,
should just accidentally, just on purpose. Yeah.
okay, I'll just say, no,
No,
let's
let's
not
not
do
do
that
that.
at all.
He was getting ready to say the Irish word for word, which he cannot say here.
No, I cannot.
You cannot say the Irish word for word.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, when we're
No,
not on
just
stream.
spell
The
it
Irish,
out.
no,
It's
no,
clean, right?
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
That's why I can't say the Irish word for word.
Nope, not even slightly.
We had this discussion earlier
Are you
on.
feigning
and
ignorance or
I
not
said,
feigning?
I said nay.
I'm not going to do the Dublin accent because every second word that people from Dublin say is a bad one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean you've seen Conor McGregor.
They're very
yeah,
naughty. in
That's
Dublin.
true.
There
We
you
have seen Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Where's Noel from?
He's Mullingar. He's the same close.
Okay.
Kind of where I'm
so
from.
he's also from Cork.
No, he's from Westmeath.
Okay. Yeah. Westmeath.
Is there an East Meath?
No, there's a Meath.
Oh, it's Meath.
Meath, yeah.
Yes. Like a meaty mouth?
What?
The Meathy mouth?
Exactly.
This she does.
Why is that mouth meaty?
All right. So
what?
Rob has a buddy who calls into the show like once a year and
Yeah.
and tells him of amazing places that he goes to golf. He is going to golf in Ireland, which I believe.
Nope. Incorrect.
What was it? Scotland?
He's going to golf in Scotland.
Oh, my bad.
He's
my
going
bad.
to play the Old Course in
It's
Scotland.
the same place.
It's
so
very not. Very not.
well, they're connect. That's where the peninsula connects, right?
Offensively not.
It's where it used to connect.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I was right. Okay.
Slightly.
Okay. All right. So never mind about that question.
Okay.
Charlie
So
James.
should we noob Lonzo for geography issues?
No. That's not.
Well, we
that's
don't
not-
noob for snark. So
Yeah. If we did, I might as well go home. There's that. Okay. Rob, if you don't have any Ask Odie questions, we will take a break and we will come back with.
If I was to go to a pub and just say I'd like a beer,
yeah,
is it Guinness? Is that what I'm getting?
Because
Because I've grown big on Smittix over the last couple of years.
Smittix is nice. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. If you said a pint of the good stuff, a pint of the black stuff,
Yeah.
they'll
Then
give you the Guinness.
if I was to go,
it depends. Because if you're down in Cork, they'll give you Murphy's.
which I've actually never
Murphy's
had before.
Irish Stout.
Okay, I'm going to look for that. If I sat down and I said I'd like a finger of Irish whiskey, what's coming in the cup?
You'll get
an Irish guy's finger.
You probably will, yeah.
Not what that means, Cameron, but good call. It's a good joke.
Well, I've been doing that a bit wrong over the years.
If you wanted a whiskey,
yeah,
you'd say a small one.
Yeah.
Can I get a small one? And depending on the bar you're in, it'll either be Jameson or Paddy.
All right, so I'm a big JMO guy.
Yeah.
And that was I was going to go, is it JMO primary? Because I'm going to, fingers crossed, going to Ireland next year. And the plan was I'm hitting the Guinness the Guinness brewery and the JMO distillery. But I'm like, is that too tacky of a tourist thing to do?
No, not even slightly. The Guinness, the Guinness storehouse, they call it. It is an absolutely fantastic. Now, the only thing I will say is that they reduced the size of the Guinness that you get at the end of it. You used to get a pint, now you get a glass.
Can I drink more of them?
You can buy more.
Then we're great.
Yeah, there you go.
Then we're great.
All right, I have another Ireland question. So, in an Irish pub crawl, how many pubs are involved?
It depends on the size of the town. If it's at Christmas time, we'll do the 12 pubs at Christmas, where you have a drink in every single pub 12 times.
I am moving to Ireland.
I have never, in all my time, I have never managed to finish the 12 pubs. Because normally when we used to do it, we used to bring guitars and bowrons and
Wait.
squeeze
What was that second one?
Bowron.
What's
an Irish drum.
I thought you said a Balrog.
Yeah, so
That's
did I.
different
So he's
thing.
like, he shall not pass.
I'm just
And,
imagining a
yeah.
Balrog drunk in the corner, just going, just muttering
Okay.
in black speech.
So
You shall not pass
You know,
out here. This is a bar, so you have to go home.
So a Bowron, what would it look like?
Bowron, I can bring one in. I have one in the house.
Okay. Can you,
It's a hardwood shell. It's a single skin. It has a cross in the
like a
back of it.
bongo.
You've seen it, dude. It's the one they hold off
will
to the
be.
side like this.
Yeah, you hold it on your knee and you put your hand in on the
Let's do
skin.
that again.
That's a lovely. Yeah. Well, no, you bit closer. You get it into your heart.
Well, yeah, but you get what I'm like. You get what I'm doing. It's
do.
like
Why are you
this.
playing with your
You
pinky?
got to get it in your heart.
Because you
So-
hold it with like it's got like a. If I'm thinking of the right one, it's got like a lit. It's not like a drumstick. It's like a little thing, and
beat-
you
a beater.
like
It's a whittle
yeah,
stick.
It's a
and you almost
beater.
like
Beater.
Okay. Like Harry Potter.
So now this is all 100% normal, right? Just before we go
this
to break.
show. Absolutely not.
No, just before we go to break.
Like the drums.
There's
in
nothing
Skyrim,
wrong
yes.
with what I'm about to say, right?
Well, I'm excited.
When you're playing the Bowron, you stick your hand in the skin and you beat it with strokes.
We're going to take
That's
a break. When we come back, we are going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
The ADHD is strong with this show.
All right, go back to regular music.
Huh?
Go back to regular music. That way people can differentiate on the stream.
Cool.
Thank you.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, dude, bros. I'm always offended. So I get it, man.
That's how you do it. It's a beater. You stroke it.
I
I
get what you're saying. You can bring your beater in, but I'm not stroking it.
You have to play my drum.
Okay.
Wait a second. Is that an innuendo?
Innuendo. What?
What?
Oh, he was asking for 12 inches of pizza earlier.
Yeah, he
so-
was. No, there was no pizza involved.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my!
It was interesting, but he wasn't loud like he normally is.
No.
Yeah, because we're an Italian restaurant, and Irish mafia and real
We were
mafia.
also really
I don't
close to
know
the
if they
kitchen,
have.
so-
Do you have an understanding, or is it it's one of those things where you're on someone else's turf, so you kind of keep it quiet.
On the day of my son's birthday, I cannot talk about it because we just don't do it.
Grimaldi's. You say you haven't been there? Oh, okay. Sorry we didn't invite you.
It is nice.
It's very Italian. They play Dean Martin a lot in there.
Yeah.
You know who Dean Martin is, right?
Oh my God!
Did you snort?
They also play Frank Sinatra. You know Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
right?
what am I coming back with, man?
Okay, all right.
What are we coming back with?
Do what?
What are we coming back with?
Round table.
Are you familiar with
So-
Don Rickles?
So Dean Martin was part of a great comedy team of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. That's
Not Jerry Lee Lewis. That's a totally different thing.
I recognize the name. I just
Ooh, Dave. Dave says
That's
Italian
dangerous.
mafia is greater than Irish mafia.
Dave would say that.
Dave might be getting a potato later. A threatening potato.
I completely forgot to do this.
Yeah, those are two songs that you probably do not want to put together. I wonder if I know Rob knows that second song, but I don't know that anybody else in this room does. Do you know that second song there, OD?
No, because I'm trying to. Where are we?
Trey, one up. Cannonball Run was great. I'm gonna take these bleeds, especially if you watch the outtakes at the end.
I actually don't know the second one.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I said, Rob will know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rob, look at Trey's post. It's like 3 up now. You know the second song, right?
Stroke it to the east. I stroke it to the west.
We be
I stroke
stroking.
it to the woman that I love best. I'm just stroking. That plays at every white people wedding reception.
It also
ever.
plays if you go midnight bowling.
Stroking.
Just
Oh, yeah.
anywhere you go midnight bowling, at some point they will play that.
What
Why,
was
though?
the first topic of the second hour?
Because it's a pardon the pun.
Oh, it
banger.
was.
It is, and especially if you see the guy who's singing it, he's no longer with us. But he plays on Rob's favorite Christmas song of all time.
Listen, I will throw hands at Bruce Springsteen for what he's done to Christmas songs.
Whose hands?
My hands. He can catch these hands and this smoke and whatever else.
I'm the most wanted man on my island.
But I'm
Well,
not
Chris is
on
on
my
Soul Side.
island. I think the funniest thing about that is he was an Irishman. No, he was a Scottishman playing an Irishman in Scotland.
Who is this?
The guy,
The guy from Braveheart.
yeah.
Oh, there's like the intro and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude.
Is that a Ron Swanson clip?
Welcome into the Nerd Roundtable, where the greatest debates in the entire world never happen, but we, ask other things. So the first thing I want to ask is a video game question. and it is this: which is better, open world, multiplayer, or shooter? Rob Brown.
Am I playing by myself or am I playing with friends?
I don't know. I said which is better.
If I am playing with friends, shooter.
No,
if I am,
you gotta pick one. So maybe you think playing with friends is better than playing
I
alone.
will always take playing with the bros in the. Yeah, I know what I'm doing here. All right, I will always play getting on and playing video games with the boys on live and playing a shooter before anything else, with the exception of Skyrim, which I just always go back to as my comfort zone.
All right, Matthew. Open world, multiplayer, or shooter? Which one's the best?
None of them, because comparing genres like that is just silly. But I enjoy open world games more than the other two.
Thank you for answering the question and also, dissing me.
I respect the hell out of everything Matthew just did. I do.
Just tearing down the segment. All of this is such a pivy
Thanks, Chris.
discussion.
All right. Cameron.
Why not do all three and play Destiny?
Because you need to pick one. That's how these things work. That's how a debate works.
All right. As far as
It's so true, Dunbrews.
It's Tuna Bros, man.
Bros, man, get it right.
Come on. What are you doing?
You've been
It's
here
Tuna
long
Bros.
enough, man.
I mean,
You know.
like
All right,
sometimes you're here, sometimes you're not.
Tuna Bros.
honestly, for the most part in my life, I've played more open world games than anything else. More single player open world.
All right, before I get to Odie, April says woo, Clarence Carter, but she probably wooed louder. Duna Bros says open world. Chris says open world. Viper Dave says open world. Odie,
Yeah,
open world, multiplayer, or shooter?
I like the open worlds. Gonna leave it there.
Can I throw one little caveat in there?
You can throw whatever you want. Man.
Tell you what I'm on right now
Throw
that I
it
really like.
towards him, though. Don't throw it towards
That's
me.
fair. I'm on right now Ghost Recon Badlands, which is an open world first person shooter,
Sorry, brother.
and it's amazing.
Brother.
It's amazing.
No.
It's a
I'm-
phenomenally
I'm
great game.
quoting the game. Sorry,
Yes,
brother.
he is.
Yeah, I know, but when I hear brother, I just have to.
No,
Feel
every
bad
time
for that
every
Brazilian
time,
guy who
every
does
time
not
he pulls a
understand
guy
the
out of the car. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, I just and I think my favorite part about that game is you can absolutely bounce back and forth with having a squad of the boys get up on a Saturday night and go blow up the bad guys. But you can also jump in, and it's the exact same game that you can run as a solo game. It is open world and a first-person shooter. It is multiplayer and single player. It is the best game.
You wouldn't last 10 minutes with me and Raven. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I usually have to go save them after they.
Because we're on the beach blowing stuff up while Cameron's trying to do a stealth mission just to see if we can.
And by the way, the rumble was making me miss my shots a little.
Yeah, well,
I
I
was
mean,
like, you're rumbling the entire beach. How do these idiots not pick up on
and
that?
the best
Oh
thing
my
ever
God.
on that game, well, two things. One, I'm standing on the beach and I look up. My character looks up, and here comes a boat that Raven is driving and just smashed me and killed me. It was just amazing.
And I brought the second boat that
yeah,
stacked on
it
top
was
of
a lot of
that.
fun.
I was on last night, and we're playing on ghost mode, which is where if you die, that character that you have spent that much time leveling up is deleted, right? He's gone. Buddy of mine and I are playing last night. We had another guy jump on who had never played the game before. We just cleared out an entire compound to finish something we were on. And this kid takes a character that I had put about 12 hours of development in and just runs a car right over my rear end, we'll say, because I'm a guest here.
My guy.
And kills my character that I had 12 hours of actual gameplay and development on, which was insta-deleted. I insta-deleted him from my friends list on Xbox. I'll add him back, but I needed that moment to just be like, no!
All right, so
You got to let him know what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
I did. In words that would get, what's that say, $325,000 per FCC violation?
it's not- it's
I'd have
not
racked
that
up a
bad.
few mil last night.
All right, on stream, let's see. First of all, April has asked a question a couple of times. What does it mean when Rob says Lonzo is on the ones and twos? It's actually a DJ reference.
It is.
But it just means I'm producing the show. That's
Yeah.
what it means. So if we were looking at today, Odie would be on the ones and twos.
Correct.
I mean, I had a number one, but I don't do much number two.
Oh, well, you've done number two, what, 3 times today?
Okay.
Yeah. He
Uh,
just accepts it.
Dave says, isn't GTA 5? What? You need to put a a space in there. All of the above.
We're not Roman.
So yes, it is. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of games that fit all three of those categories.
Duna Bros says Ghost Recon just made me want to play Far Cry 5, which is a lot of fun. Also,
I'd say that. I'd say that one almost fits into every category, right?
Yeah,
Like
you can play
almost.
with but Far Cry you can only play with one other person.
Right. Which like
it's still multiplayer though.
yeah, there's like 4 of us that jump on Badlands together, and that like a squad-based first-person shooter in an open world that requires both tactics and the ability to play is easily the
You
best.
use tactics?
Well, you heard him
Uh,
when we were playing that whatever game that was.
The
He was-
vampire one?
Yeah, he
Yes.
was
Yeah.
using tactics, and we're
Yeah.
like, "What's he doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?"
Cam and Lonzo's tactic is raise axe, hit things.
Yeah, well,
It
there's that.
works.
Yeah,
We didn't really fail at it.
yeah, it was not a good game. So there's that.
So you remember in the first Halo, you could have the 2-player, you'd have the split screen.
Yeah.
So I used to play with a very good friend of mine, Gary, and we used to play on the same.
Wait a minute, there are guys named Gary in Ireland.
Yeah.
That's weird. Go ahead.
But we used to play, and we'd be like just running through the game and just shooting everything that moves. And I'd run into a room, and you just hear on the headset, "There's a frag in there." So then I'd have to respawn because a frag grenade,
Yeah, I know.
and I'd have to respawn and catch up with him again, and he'd just be there. And then we'd go to another room, and I'd just run into the room, and he'd go, "I just threw a frag in there."
Odie, this is what I've learned with playing with my dad.
Yeah.
You always let
I
that
like things
person
that
go
go boom.
first.
I like things that go.
You
boom.
never run in ahead of them.
What are those things?
Yeah.
Those things that I like throwing, and then you can make them blow up after they.
Satchel charges.
Satchel
They're like
charge. Yeah, I
C4.
love those. Those are awesome. Also, if you give me a rocket launcher,
Yeah.
just get out of the way.
You know what? You know what the
All right, let's sneak up on this immediate
Yeah,
explosion.
if he says sneak, it ain't happening.
You know
'Cause, I'm a tank in every.
I'll be
sense of
honest,
the-
my tactics with you is usually I let you go in and I pick guys off as they're all focused on trying to
It's a
kill
good
you.
move. I'm a tank. By the way,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for months to ask this question.
Okay.
Playing with noobs, are you okay with that, Rob?
I am okay with it, provided that they are actually attempting to learn to play the game, right?
Yes.
If you are attempting to get better at the game, I will absolutely stay with you and let you play and like develop and figure it out. If you jump in and you do what apparently Lonzo does for the lulz, and you're just like, let me put it this way. If I pop you onto the squad and your first question is, what's the grenade button? And then that's the last question as well. Yeah, you got like one day and then I'm
Cameron,
done, dude.
Cameron, do we lose?
No, we don't.
All right.
Yeah, but I suspect it's more because of Cameron, based
Do
on
you?
what I'm hearing right
Also,
now.
you're saying I don't hit stuff with the things
The
that I blow
last
up.
thing
Trust
you
me, I
said
do.
was my favorite thing is a rocket launcher. I play
Here's-
stealth games.
Okay.
Here's
well,
the
that's-
thing,
I mean,
here's
good
the
for
thing.
you.
In defense,
Not all war is stealth, man.
in defense of my father here, there was a lot of times where he
defend him.
frustrates
My
me.
father.
I'm going to. There's a lot of times where his style and my style don't quite mesh, but he doesn't really lose these fights. It's more just like he's a walking thing of destruction, and I just pick off high priority targets.
By the way,
You
as
see,
he's
I
dealing
am
with
accurate.
everything else.
Okay.
He is.
It's not like I'm just blowing
not
stuff
ba-
up willy nilly, as they say.
He's not bad at the
I
game.
don't believe that.
But see, that's why I think that Lonzo is part Irish. And I'll tell you why. Because the motto of the Irish Mafia is when in doubt, C4.
I'm all for that. I am. I'm
I'm
not going to
looking
be.
at rule number 4. What does it mean?
I'm not going to
Well,
be
I mean-
apologetic. That's just how I play the game.
I mean, the Irish Mafia alphabet is A, B, C, 4, E, F, G. And that's it.
I
like.
just figured it ends after C4.
Trey says
Sometimes.
Alonzo Jenkins. Yeah, I will yell some.
Lonzo Jenkins
I will-
is my favorite thing today.
I will yell that. I will yell that on my way in.
No, well, let me tell you one thing that you did in Ghost Recon Wildlands, the game that Rob's been talking about. So we take out like a couple of guys at like the beginning of this base. I was like, all right, this is more of a stealth mission. And then both my sister and him have an armored vehicle, which I had never seen in this entire thing, with like a mounted gun. They yell stealth mission as they go in and start shooting up everything.
I
I hear mortars blowing up in the background. I was like, I'm gonna have to pick them up. At
She
some
was
point.
driving, wasn't she?
She was.
Yeah, I think she was driving.
You guys ran out of road.
Yeah, we did.
You are what I refer to with my amigos as bullet bait, and it is appreciated.
That's fine.
Because
on shield, I'm okay with that.
On our
Cannon
squad
fodder,
of 4, there are 2 guys that are bullet bait, and then there's me and another guy that are like, hey, listen, wait, if you will give me 2 minutes to establish another entry point, because in that game, you'll draw everybody to you, and then we could just run in and pick them off like from the back. I can work with that. The problem is you die in 8 seconds, and now it's me versus an army.
You talk all the time about how you're not very good. So you're making it sound like you're like this excellent sniper that goes in and
not a sniper. I'm a trash sniper.
I mean, you're not headshot Tim or anything.
Where I will correct.
Are you a camper?
No, I'm not a camper.
Okay.
Where I will get you is if I can get you like into a building where there's corners and hallways and whatnot. If I can get you in a building or in alleyways, if there are corners and edges, I'm going to win that game. If it's big open world where I've got to be like accurate from 100 yards, trash. Garbage.
So you're saying if you could get me down a dark alley? All right. On the text line, it says that Cameron sounds more like Darth Vader than Lonzo does.
Ooh, can we have a Vader off?
Ooh.
I want a Vader off.
I was never trying to sound like Darth Vader.
We also have Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game that this texter has ever played.
Second.
I hated that game.
Second.
It's just, I mean,
it's
look, my horse died again.
One.
I don't want real life. I mean,
you just can't take.
I mean, you maintain horses.
Yeah, turn that bit off.
It's no.
I would not say that it is the best, but it's absolutely up there.
Wow.
Through 138 texts in and says, I am lactose intolerant. I love ice cream. My 1s and 2s are very similar. Fair enough. And someone says, hey, Odie.
Hey, could someone explain that to me after the show?
After the show.
I don't get it.
Can't hit the dump button. Dump being the operative word. Hey, Odie, here's another good one.
Okay, I get it now.
Here's another good one for you. This was for the Ask Odie segment. In Istanbul, what is the national bird? It is, of course, a turkey. And that's all I got on the text line.
Again, I don't get it.
Okay.
What I do get is that I do on Thanksgiving. It is time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round where we squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can in the last few minutes of the show. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Lonzo Jenkins.
So, did you ever play Ghost Recon when Predator was on there?
I did not.
Oh,
I didn't know that was a thing. I must have been out of the loop at that moment.
We were not leveled up for that.
Yeah, we even brought like a bunch of tanks and things.
Did bring tanks.
And surrounded the entire
so
area.
there was a Predator in the game.
Yes. Yeah, it was ugly,
That's
dude.
sick.
Yes, it was. It was fun, but not so much fun.
I'm very upset that I missed that. I was off of Wildlands for a very long time because the guys that I used to play with quit playing that game. And I played it for a little while by myself, but it's just not as fun by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then but like a month and a half ago, Mark Shelley, the former voice of the Rabbits, jumped on, and he had 2 of his buddies that were playing, and I saw him playing on the list, and I'm like, yo, I still have that game on my Xbox. So I jumped on, and now I'm back full in with it.
You know, we never finished that game.
We didn't. Yeah.
Which, by the way,
I don't know anyone who has, for the record.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I got to make Pappy in that because he's like smoking a giant cigar.
Yeah.
As he's going through, and I had like the most John Wick-esque moments in that where I basically took out like 20 dudes with a pistol trying to get to them to revive them. One of the few times I've had to.
We got to beta test that thing, remember?
Yeah.
Because we were beta testing.
Wildlands?
Yeah, we were beta testing, and we were supposed to go steal that car.
Oh, God.
And so I found a vehicle. It wasn't that car that I did it with.
Yes, it was the
I decided to go back into the garage, drive it as fast as I could, and crash into. I'm sorry, Matthew. I forgot all about it, dude.
The last break.
Okay, I am sorry.
I don't want to bring them back again next week.
All right, all right. Jump in on Cameron's.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You want the seat or do you?
Sure, whatever works.
It'll be warm. It'll
But
be
yeah,
really warm.
I was at MomoCon last weekend. That's why I wasn't here. But I wanted to share couple of the posters that I got that are really awesome.
2 minutes. Okay.
First, Trigun poster in the style of old Trigun, the original Trigun box set poster. They did the new Trigun remake in that style, and I got that to go alongside what I have. And then another super awesome artist had several different posters that were FromSoft Souls games
Oh,
themed.
dude, that is wicked.
This is
I'm also having like
Elden Ring,
flashbacks. Yes.
Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls 2. Unfortunately, he didn't have a piece of Dark Souls 1, the main promo art, the promo armor set from Dark Souls 1. So I really want to see him have one of those so that I can put them all together in a
And I've only beat one of those games, and that was Elden Ring.
Yep. Oh, my one of my good buddies is going through Elden Ring right now, and he spent the last 2 days he's been streaming it to us on Discord.
Blade of Mikola? Yes, I know.
Chris, thank you for your service, dude. We get it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Iraq, is that beside a hard place?
I would say rim shot, but he would take it as something totally different.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Rim shot? I know what that is. I play drums.
So you play everything because you're amazing.
On the banking?
When the
What's it called again?
with that one drum thing
With the
with
little
the
stick?
strokes, the thing with the strokes.
Yes.
The Balrog?
The skin with the strokes. The Balrog, yeah.
I bet it was, Chris.
And a Dust Ox plush.
Ooh, nice.
And I found a Shedinja plush for my friend.
A what?
sounded-
A what? A what?
Pokemon.
Stop it.
Who has been looking for Shedinja merch
Stop
for
it.
the past like 3 years.
It's probably a good ninja.
Imagine, Chris.
Like Shed Ninja. It's a bug.
I know, but
Okay, because that's not what it sounded like.
Gotta be
It was
careful how you
not,
say
yeah,
that.
it sounded like something Odie would say.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
Guys, come on.
All right, WS spoken. That means we've got just a couple minutes to get as many things in as we possibly can. I watched the Beach Boys doc. I suggest that you watch it on Disney. It is very good. I was unaware of the competition between the Beach Boys and the Beatles and how they would go back and forth with who would have the higher charting songs. And the Beatles, actually, John and Paul got a I know it's a little spoilery. They got an advanced copy of Pet Sounds and said it was the greatest album of all time.
Lonzo,
And then they turned around and wrote one that that people consider
Yeah.
better.
like, God only knows what I'd do without you.
Yes, I know. I think that all the time. Everything else has to do with girls on the beach, and I can't. All right. Godzilla -1, a movie that Rob and I were sure we were going to the theater to see, and we did not, is now on Netflix.
Oh, watching it tonight then.
Yes. So
I have heard nothing but great things about it.
Something to watch later on. By the way, I watched Madam Web with my wife 2 days ago. It was supposedly one of the worst Marvel films of all time, even though Sony made it. It was not that bad, but the film is geared towards women. It is an origin movie for Madam Web, not for Spider-Woman, not for any of the other heroes in it. The villain you see in his bad guy costume, you only see them briefly, and people were complaining about it. I didn't think it was that bad of a movie.
I've hovered over it a lot.
It, by the way, is trending on Netflix. It is one of the most watched movies on Netflix right now. And I think a lot of it is people like me going, oh, it can't be that bad. And then turning it on and going, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not great. It's better than Morbius. It's better than any of the Fantastic Four movies, especially Silver Surfer.
What are you talking about? Morbius is peak.
Yeah, you're right.
Peak cinema.
You're right. Hey, Matt
Moving all over
Smith.
the place.
Matt Smith dancing was pretty good, though. I mean,
Matt Smith was the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
Matt Smith
Smith-
is the best part of
God, I
anything.
love
was gonna
so
say,
much
Matt
when he
Smith is
said
the
it's
best part of
Morbin
everything.
time, and he morbed all over them.
yes, he did. What would you say, Rob?
I said Matt Smith is the best part of everything Matt Smith does.
He is. He's very good,
Also-
including House of the Dragon 2. Yes.
So close.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can't wait.
About to happen.
I'm so glad.
Didn't watch the first one or the second one.
It's so good.
All right.
Speaking of Netflix, though, I watched Atlas,
Mhm.
the new one with Jennifer Lopez. It's so cheesy, so corny. You know exactly what's going to happen, but it's watchable. Not
Okay.
just because Jennifer Lopez, who looks fantastic in it, by the way, but it's just something that's kind of like, it's watchable.
All right. I don't know if you guys have seen this out there, but the lead singer for Pretty Reckless, Taylor Momsen, she got attacked by a bat while on stage. and she was she was doing a song called Witches Burn. I've seen the video.
Oh, there you go.
So a bat comes out and attaches itself. She was in Sevilla, Spain. You ever been there before? Sevilla.
There's no
No, it's
it's
Seville.
Seville.
Well, it says Sevilla right there. I mean, I'm just reading it anyway.
I know.
Okay, fine. Have you been to Seville, Spain?
Yes, I have.
You haven't been to Seville.
Or
though.
Seville, Spain.
Yes. So she was doing a song called Witches Burn. This bat comes out and attaches itself to her leg and bit her. And now she has to have rabies shots.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we just acknowledge that is metal
Yes.
as it gets, though?
Where was Ozzy when you
She
needed him?
says, "I must really be a witch." That was.
I was
her-
gonna say
yeah.
it's a little on the nose,
Yeah.
but well played by the bat.
It was on the leg.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was on the leg.
Yeah.
But by the way, she continues to sing while the thing's biting her.
Yeah.
You should watch the video. It's
Because
funny.
let's be real. Let's be real. As somebody who I'm not Diesel, but I dabble in metal. It's on the perimeter for me. I dabble lightly in the metal.
People here don't know who Diesel is. He's
Oh,
Greg.
okay.
He's Greg. He's Greg.
On the other station,
Okay.
big metal guy. I dabble in the metal. If you are singing a song about that, get bit by a bat, and then you stop and scream and run off the stage, you're not metal anymore.
No.
You lose your metal cred.
By the way, what do you think the people in Spain call her now?
Batgirl.
Batgirl. They
Yeah.
call her Batgirl. Yes.
No.
There is a tiny home for sale, and it is on
Zillow?
what's that thing that you get packages from and stuff? Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, I got there. How much do you think this tiny home costs, Odie?
$6,000.
Wow, that would be cheap. Cameron.
15,000.
All right, we're playing.
Wait, ask
playing
me.
Price is Right. I'm gonna go with Matthew.
Oh,
first.
okay.
All right,
80,000.
All right, Matthew says 80,000. Okay. 80. Yeah, that's you.
Your dignity.
Okay. Anyway, I thought he was going
A
to go
lot
with.
of millennials will be willing to pay.
I
So
thought-
$12.75.
Here's the thing. I thought Rob was going to go with the classic $1. You know.
I thought about it.
So
Thought about it.
there you go.
$1.
All right. So the tiny home is only $20,000.
That was close.
And you can purchase tiny home from site that's equipped with enough amenities to actually live in. Right now, customers can shop homes that are fairly inexpensive, inviting, easy to build, and sustainably controlled. Which, The 20-foot deep home is made with a stainless steel frame and comes with electrical and plumbing systems. A 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom residence also includes a toilet, standing shower, and sink. There's a sliding glass front door with 11 double pane windows too, which will give the home plenty of areas of natural light.
24 windows.
Is that plenty of areas? There's barely area.
Plus a generous standalone closet with room for your belongings and a kitchen with built-in cabinets. It also has a porch.
A Porsche?
Yes.
I'd rather go with a Ferrari, but I like it.
Do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
All right.
Can we stop with the tiny houses? Can we maybe just fix the housing market and people don't have to live in closets anymore?
All right. All right. So Chris says it's called a camper. No, it's called a single wide. That's what it is. It's a single wide. Finally, Bill Skarsgård will return as Pennywise in the It prequel series.
Hello.
Did you guys like Skarsgård as Pennywise?
Yes, I did.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's not Tim Curry. He's a totally different thing, but creepier than Tim Curry.
By
in
the
his
way,
own
the eye thing he does is completely legit. Bill Hader was talking about that at one
I
point.
saw that.
And he freaked him out.
All right. I want to thank Rob Brown from The Rob Brown Show. Check it out 6 to 10, Monday through Friday on our brother station, The Fan. 97.1, 97.7, online, all that kind of stuff. We are also live on stream. I say we because I am on that program. So you should check it out just because I'm there. And Rob's there, and he's a star, and he's amazing.
Max
And
Verstappen's an F1 driver, by the way.
we have won a couple awards. Hopefully we're about to win another one. Also want to thank Odie and Cameron and Matthew for being here.
Don't
And
forget Wednesday night, 7:00 nighttime with Odie. Filter gets turned off.
There you go. Way to go. Nighttime with Odie. Check that out. And you guys make sure you have a great weekend. And we will see you and you'll hear us and all that stuff next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Who let LA Knight in here?
Don't thank him, Dave.
You're welcome, Viper. Dave. Hashtag thank you, Rob. Hashtag you're welcome.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Hashtag thank you, Rob. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Is that a thing? Is that
Oh,
a
that
thing you
was
guys do?
interesting.
Yeah, I
thing-
spent like an hour making it a thing that people should thank me for how much I work.
I'm pretty sure I made it up. But, like most things.
No, you
know,
read
Rob
it.
takes
I
credit.
didn't spend
Okay.
an hour
Okay,
telling
all
people
right,
that
all
they
right,
should.
Should
right.
everything be yes?
Should everything be yes?
Yes. Should it be good?
Yes, everything
should
should
it
be.
green?
Yeah, as far as we know.
Let it
yes. Yes, the it's right over there. That wall is right over there. It is watching Rob. It wants Rob. It needs Rob. We need Rob on that wall. We've had his speech many times. He doesn't not want to be there. He doesn't want to be there.
Too good to lose.
There we go. He's too
No
good to
one's
lose.
too good to lose.
All right, say goodbye, Odie.
Bye,
Oh,
Odie.
listen, I'm setting myself up for when
Say
I
goodbye,
eventually
Cameron.
lose. All of you are
Cameron,
Bye.
say goodbye.
make me
Bye.
hate my life.
Matthew, say
Matthew.
goodbye.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Rob Brown.
Goodbye, Rob Brown.
And I will say adieu, adios,
Salawalia.
abiento. I have no idea what he said, but if you were still on the stream, you might learn what word means, but you can't because I'm ending it right
Don't
now.
tell me. Wait, quick,
No,
before he
no, no,
closes
no,
the
no.
stream.